Yankees and Red Sox, Celtics and Lakers, all great rivalries, but today it's a different one, the Boonville Lumberjacks and the Utica Blue Sox. A week ago today, Utica stormed into Hanson Aggregates Field and won 13-3 in demoralizing fashion, but the Lumberjacks fought back just a couple days ago away from home to win 8-6. With the series all tied up at 1-1, the third iteration is about to begin. I'm Evan Simbieta, joined by Brady Foxwell, here at the matchup for Hanson Aggregates Field, and a new pitcher on the mound for the Lumberjacks, Brady.
Yeah, Eric Shepard just got here a few days ago. Actually, it might have been today, I'm not sure, but making his debut today out of Kalamazoo College. And this is an arm that people are excited about. Had a 7.71 ERA at Kalamazoo, but that was only in 2.1 innings pitched, so didn't spend a lot of time here. But in a time where the Lumberjacks are in need of arms, Eric Shepard is just that, an arm, so hopefully he can do some damage today and help out Coach Christian Griffin.
Flashner hits this one on a line to Lopez, who makes the grab for one quick out in the inning. Shepard gets on the board early, and that means R.J. Tomei, the designated hitter, is the next batter.
Yeah, it's kind of hot today, I got to say. It's 82 degrees. Sun is still shining right there. It was directly in the eyes of R.J. Lopez, but he makes the catch, so that's a nice start, especially when the Lumberjacks made so many errors in the other day.
Lumberjacks haven't had to face a lot of sun so far this year. This really the first game is this one fouled back behind the plate. Young looks up for it, but it escapes out of play. 0-1 the count as kids trampling each other for the ball down here. Tomei had a day off yesterday. His last game played was against Boonville, and the Lumberjacks' first win of the season. 4 at-bats, no hit for the designated hitter, 2 strikeouts. Here's the pitch from Shepard. Swung on and fouled back to the backstop once again. 0-2 the count.
Yeah, we mentioned Eric Shepard got here today. So did the right fielder. That's Marcus Smith. He comes out of Memphis University. So lots of new additions still getting here, and the lineup will continue to change as more people get here. I believe that's it for the original guys who were meant to report here now. Coach Christian Griffin might still grab a few more if possible.
Well, here is a fly ball to the right fielder, Smith, who makes the grab, and that's 2 outs in the inning. So Eric Shepard being effective in his first inning of work here today. That brings up Xavier Smith, the third baseman for the Blue Sox.
Yeah, Smith had quite a day at the ballpark yesterday. 3 for 3 with 6 RBIs. Ultimately, the Blue Sox fell to the Amsterdam Mohawks, but he's looking to replicate that success tonight.
First pitch, breaking ball down low, 1-0 the count. And that really was an exciting game right there. I mean, it was 4-0 Blue Sox, then it was all tied up at 4, then they took an 8-4 lead and then ended up being a win on the other side. Here's the 0-1 pitch, that one inside for a strike, 1-1 the count.
Yeah, Lumberjacks still looking for their first win at home. You mentioned it, they beat the Blue Sox the other day, the only team they've beaten so far. But the Lumberjacks, they want to do one in front of the home crowd, and if that's possible, it'll fire up the team a little bit more as they're still looking to get some more wins on the board.
Still looking for that elusive first home win as well. 2-1 the count on Smith. Here's the pitch from Shepard. That one almost hits him. Has to duck out of the way. 3-1 the count now.
Yeah, and when the Lumberjacks did finally get that win, what Coach Christian Griffin did is he had everybody on the team sign the lineup card. That was me and you included as well. We got to take part in the action. So wins do mean a lot to this Lumberjack squad. Ultimately, it's all about getting better and developing as players for sure, but wins absolutely help with that momentum and just how you feel as a player. So Lumberjacks, they're really looking to get one today, and just not only do they want one at home, they want another one over the Blue Sox. That would be nice as well. So another thing I'm wondering is how the different dugouts will react, whether it's the chirps or not, now that they've each won a game apiece.
A walk right there for Smith. That brings up Ethan Madsen. 2 outs, runner on first. Still 0-0 here in the top of the first inning. Here's the pitch from Shepard. That one misses down low for ball 1. And more changes in the lineup card, Brady. Jacob Young back behind the dish. He's been one of the strongest performers this last couple weeks.
Yeah, we mentioned the man on first base. Xavier Smith went 3 for 3 the other day. So did Jacob Young in his last game played. He was the first ever Boonville Lumberjack player of the game. Excuse me, not first ever, but first of the 2026 season. And that was rightfully earned. Team was enjoying him But on Sunday, it was Seth Bischoff who got the start, and Jacob Young is right back in there today, looking to continue his hot head at the plate.
2-0 the count on Madsen. Here's the pitch from Shepard. That one bounces in the dirt. Young blocks it with his body and picks it up with the glove.
Young out of Wabash Valley College, so is the first baseman, R.J. Lopez. Young, a pretty good backstop. Literally, his defensive skills have saved a few runs for the Lumberjacks as well, but now it's a question of the arm, whether or not Xavier Smith goes. Can he throw guys out at second? That's been an issue for all of the catchers on the Lumberjack team thus far.
That one outside, so a second straight walk, this one on 4 pitches. That brings up the center fielder, Jones.
Bat number 1, Connor Jones.
Sure, the Blue Sox don't enjoy wearing black today.
Now, certainly the hottest day here at Hanson Aggregates that we've had this season.
Just last week, it was long sleeves and quarter zips. Today, short sleeve and shorts on. But even being from Arizona, it's still pretty hot today. Maybe it's the humidity that I'm not used to, because I am sweating up here in the booth.
First pitch is outside. That prompts a meeting from the catcher Young and the pitcher Shepard, discussing the plan of action with 2 men on, still 2 outs.
Yeah, that's 7 straight balls. And that's another thing that's been an issue for the Lumberjacks so far, is just walking guys. You know, you get beat on a fastball or an off-speed pitch for a hit. That happens. That's part of the game. But don't just give them free passes to first, and that turns into second. And if they steal, then they get another free 90 feet. So it's about keeping the unforced errors to a minimum today if possible. So 7 straight balls for Shepard is not a trend they want to continue.
Swung on a hit to the third baseman, Ferguson, who ducks out of the way. Turning and scoring is Smith. And it's 1-0 Blue Sox. Madsen pulls up at second. And Connor Jones in there with an RBI single.
Yeah, no doubt they gave that a hit. Ferguson, I'm not sure if it's the dirt at third or whatever the reason was, but wasn't able to make a play on that ball. It looked like he stumbled, actually, but it was hit hard enough in a situation like that where you put 2 on, so 1 comes around to score. That's a nice piece of hitting right there for Jones.
Looks like he thought that one was going the other way and skipped in the dirt, but definitely a hit that time. In stands Robbie Carvelli, who watches as the breaking ball misses outside. 1-0 the count. So Shepard came out firing, looked really solid, 2 straight outs, and then towards the back half of this inning has not been so strong.
Yeah, Shepard won't want to walk Carvelli here. Really gets pretty frequent playing time. That one foul, but he gets pretty frequent playing time, 15 at-bats. This is his 16th of the season, and only hitting 200, gone 3 for 15 in his at-bats so far with 1 RBI, with 3 walks as well. But Shepard, these are the guys you want to attack. You don't want to let everybody get on, so look at the lineup, look at the splits that favor you, and attack them, be aggressive, and try and get outs.
1-1 the count on Carvelli. Here comes the pitch from Shepard. 1-1 is chopped down to third baseman Ferguson, who misses it yet again. Turning and scoring is Ethan Madsen. The runner Connor Jones goes to third. He's going to turn around and run to home, and the throw is off target. That means that Robbie Carvelli goes to third with a stand-up triple. It's 3-0 Utica.
Yeah, I think they call that a double and an error, but yet again, that's Tanner Ferguson. Not sure what's happening at third. That's 2 back-to-back slow reactions at third base, and when you're playing literally the hot corner, you got to be ready for line drives hit to you. That one a little too much to handle, and that's 3 quick runs on the board for the Blue Sox early.
So Shepard hasn't set a man down in 4 batters as Connor McCartney swings and misses on that one.
McCartney, one of the better hitters on the team, hitting 357. That's 5 for 14 in the at-bats he's gotten so far with 3 RBIs. And right now I'm sure he's looking to put one in play and grab number 4.
This one swung on and hit to the pitcher Shepard. A little pop-up, and he squeezes it for out number 3. So a strong start ultimately turns into a 3-run lead for the Blue Sox. It'll be the Lumberjacks on the other side of the break at the plate. We'll be right back on the Lumberjacks Radio Network. Welcome back to Boonville Lumberjacks, chasing 3 runs here in the bottom of the first inning, and it's a familiar face on the mound for the Blue Sox.
Yeah, it's Austin Rhodes, the big lefty, 6'4", 200 out of American International College. But I think he has a tough test in Kanias Davis. This is his first time seeing him. Davis got in on Sunday morning and made an immediate impact in the loss to Mohawk Valley. But I'm sure he's looking to continue being hot at the plate if possible.
That first pitch in there for strike 1 on Davis. The 2-time All-American reported late because of his postseason duties. Checks on that one, but it's outside, 1-1 the count.
Yeah, not only did he have the postseason duties, it was the special awards and ceremonies in the games that he got to play in because he was an All-American. So he's had himself quite a summer so far, and now he's got 2 more months with the Lumberjacks to stay hot.
This one fouled back behind the plate and hits the broadcast booth. Count moves to 1-1. Davis out of Alcorn State, but in the transfer portal like most other players on this team. 1-2 off speed is outside. 2-2 the count now.
Yeah, in the 3 innings that Rhodes faced the Lumberjacks in his last outing, they put up 3 runs on him, gives him an ERA of 9, but that was a game that they still won pretty comfortably. So
Davis fouls this one back and out of play.
if he can give him 3 runs in 3 innings, that's not even a bad line of work here in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League.
Yeah, a lot of inflated ERAs in this league, a lot of runs being scored, but that's kind of how summer ball goes. 2-2 on Davis. Here's the pitch from Rhodes, swung on and fouled back yet again. A 3rd straight foul ball keeps Davis alive.
Yeah, making him work for it early. Foul pitches off, stay alive, give yourself a chance no matter what.
And getting that bullpen working early for Utica, knocking Rhodes out of the game, that's going to be huge for the Lumberjacks. As here's the 2-2 pitch, that one outside. 3-2 the count now.
It's a good spot, didn't miss by too much there. It did appear to be off the plate, but a very competitive take from Spanky Davis.
Lumberjacks with a very depleted bullpen of their own. Knocking the starters out going to be important as that one in there for a called 3rd strike on Davis. He got him looking, and it's 1 down in the bottom of the 1st. That brings up the center fielder, Will Hill.
Yeah, Davis wanted to talk to the umpire a second. He thought that one was inside. Umpire says no, and the umpire's choice is the one that matters, of course. But, you just said the Lumberjacks have a depleted bullpen. Seems like we've said that for all 6 games of the season so far, something that just has not changed, and I'm not sure when it will as the Lumberjacks continue to recruit new pitchers, and that's why Eric Shepard's presence here is so important.
Hill fouls this one off of himself. Count moves to 0-1. And the interesting thing about the depleted bullpen is the Lumberjacks really haven't played a lot of games compared to other teams. They've had more off days than probably anybody else in this league, and they're still down arms.
Yeah, not only are their pitchers on inning restrictions and pitch counts as well, but they also don't have a lot of guys, and some of the guys that they do throw out get, shelled, to put it lightly, and it's just not what you need out of your starters early.
Hill hits this one down the first base line, but foul. Jacobs, the first baseman, tried to make the catch, but could not make it in time. Count moves to 0-2.
Yeah, and as we saw from Sunday's game, they don't want to run hard into that fence. Thank goodness that Bronx Lewis is okay, but it's a scary sight, and I'm sure that players around that fence might be a little more cautious knowing that, it could be pretty damaging if you go in there at full force.
Lewis is going to be out for about a week with an oblique injury, but should be all right. Hill swings and misses on that one, and a 2nd straight strikeout for Austin Rhodes. This brings up the first baseman, Argenis Lopez.
Lumberjacks still with that strikeout issue that's been prevalent all year. And Austin Rhodes, if he's looking to get that early, it could be a quiet day for the Lumberjacks. Of course, it's just 2 batters, but RJ Lopez looking to put one in play here no matter what.
Lopez, the first baseman, another Wabash product. Stands in from the right side and awaits the pitch from Rhodes. Here it is. That one inside. Off speed called for strike 1.
Yeah, Lopez got here a little late. He's 4 for 15 on the season as well. Puts him at a 267 average and has 3 strikeouts in that time, looking to avoid number 4 right here.
Swings and fouls this one back. Count moves to 0-2. Lopez, a graduate of Wabash, looking for his next 4-year home in the portal. And with very strong numbers, it should be a good one. Stands in, down 0-2. Here's the pitch from Rhodes. That one way outside. Off speed missed. It's 1-2.
Yeah, if you have one to waste, why not waste it? Am I right? That one off speed just didn't get over the plate. I'm sure that wasn't quite his location.
Lopez, a picky hitter. 9 walks this last collegiate season. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and hit to the shortstop Flashner. He throws over to first, and Jacob squeezes it for out number 3. And the Lumberjacks go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. Blue Sox still on top. We'll have the top of the second inning for you right here on the Lumberjacks Sports Network after this. Back in Boonville, top of the second inning. Blue Sox on top by 3 runs, and it's Christian Cerrone at the plate for Utica.
Yeah, that was a pretty disappointing bottom of the first, to say the least, for the Lumberjacks. Went 1, 2, 3, 2 of those being strikeouts, but
Cerrone hits this one to the left fielder Lassiter. He ranges back on it and watches it hit off the wall. Rounding first and getting into second is Cerrone, and he's got a stand-up double to lead off the inning. That brings up the second baseman, Caden Fry.
Up to bat number 4.
And the Blue Sox with another opportunity here in the top of the second.
yeah, Cerrone ready to jump on the fastball, and that's exactly what he got, and got pretty much all of it. It's hard to get one out here at Hanson Aggregates Field, but that one hits off the base of the wall, and he's into second standing with an easy double.
And you mentioned with the weather, maybe some balls traveling a little bit further than normal, but that one's still in the park for Cerrone. First pitch is in there on Fry. Count moves to 0-1. Fry stands in on the right side. Awaits the 0-1 pitch. Shepard doesn't have a sign yet from his catcher. Checks back on the runner, Cerrone. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit to the second baseman, Friedman. Makes the barehanded play over to Lopez, who checks on the runner, but not before he advances to third. It's a ground out for Fry, but Cerrone moves to third base, and that brings up the last hitter in this lineup, Alex Jacob.
Yeah, it was a nice play by Friedman moving to his left. That was a bang-bang play, really just got kind of hit it off the end of the bat, rolling away from him. That was a nice play. Infield will be in now looking to prevent a run.
So Jacobs, the big first baseman, stands in from the left side on Shepard. Swings and fouls this one back behind the plate. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, and after the last game, Asher Friedman and a few other guys, they came over to the Moffitt's house here in Boonville, New York, for a little recovery. They have a hot tub there. That's a place that the players enjoy going to. I know the head of that house, Ed Moffitt, he occasionally picks up the players to bring them here, and Lumberjacks truly couldn't function as well of a team without him. So if he's listening, I'd like to give him a shout out right now.
Jacob swings and misses on that one. Count moves to 0-2. Here's the pitch. That one just outside. Count moves to 1-2 on the 6'4", 230 first baseman. Here's the pitch. Also outside. Count is even 2-2. And Shepard really hasn't settled into this game as well as you would have hoped. Runner on third, one out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one finally gets him looking and sets him down on 5 pitches. That resets the order and brings up the shortstop, Michael Flashner.
Yeah, I mean, he gave up 3 in the top of the first, of course, but he just got barreled right there to start the game. But it's still early to say that he hasn't quite settled in. Of course, you don't want 3 runs every inning, but I imagine that trend won't continue. But Flashner is one of the best hitters in all of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League, hitting almost 400 coming into today, so not somebody you want to get on base.
Flashner flew out to the first baseman on his first plate appearance today. That one in there for strike one. 1-1 the count on Flashner.
Yeah, and Utica going 10 hitters deep today, not something they usually do, and it's the first time they're doing it against the Lumberjacks. Every single game for Boonville so far, they have thrown out 10 hitters, but I believe this is the first time that Utica is utilizing that.
1-1 pitches outside. Boonville dugout doesn't agree with that call. Flashner last time out against Boonville had 2 hits, including a double, as that one right down the first base line, called foul by the home plate umpire. Count remains at 1-2.
Yeah, and yesterday was the ground balls that gave the Lumberjacks fits, so even to see a foul ball fielded nice and cleanly by R.J. Lopez at first is a good sign. You know, the man of the dish, Michael Flashner, it was R.J. Lopez who grounded out to him at short, and that's about the worst place you could hit it to the Utica defense. Flashner is almost perfect from the field, and you hit it to him, it's an automatic out just about every time.
Flashner hits this one to Friedman at second, gobbles him up, but he makes the play in time. Had to switch it from glove to hand quickly, but gets the out, and the lead remains at 3 for the Blue Sox. They strand a runner at third, and that brings up the Lumberjacks in the bottom of the second. We'll be right back on the Lumberjacks Sports Network. Back here at Dr. Robert Smith Sports Complex, it's the big man Michael Clarkson at the plate as the Lumberjacks are chasing 3 runs here in the bottom of the second inning. It's still Austin Rhodes out on the mound for the Blue Sox. Clarkson stands in from the right side and awaits the first pitch from Rhodes. Here it is. Checks on that one. It's in there for strike number 1. Clarkson can pitch and hit, serving as the extra hitter today in case he's needed to be called upon out of the bullpen. A 1 pitch is swung on and chopped to the third baseman. Thrown over to first, and Jacobs catches it. 1 quick out for the Blue Sox, and that brings up the third baseman, Tanner Ferguson.
Up to bat.
Yeah, just rolled over the fastball there right to the third baseman, Xavier Smith, who didn't field in last night's contest, but is fielding today, and picked up that one and threw a dart over to first for an easy out right there. And that's 4 up for the Lumberjacks and 4 down just as quickly.
Here's Ferguson, the hottest bat in the Lumberjacks lineup. Checks his swing and called a strike on that one.
Yeah, Ferguson, 467. He's 7 for 15 with a walk in the mix as well, 3 of those being extra base hits. So if anyone's able to get on base here, it's Ferguson in the 5 spot.
Leads the team with his 7 hits. Also leads the team in hit by pitch with 4. We know he loves to crowd the plate and loves to wear one for his team.
By any means possible.
Count at 1-1. Swings and misses on that one. Curveball down low got him swinging. 1-2 the count now.
Yeah, off speed got him on top of that one. No, it's a beautiful pitch, really in the dirt, and looked like a strike the whole time until you looked dumb swinging at it.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss on that one, and it's 5 straight set down for the Lumberjacks. A 3rd strikeout victim already, and that brings up Marcus Smith, the newcomer for the
Austin
Lumberjacks.
Rhodes appears to be settling in pretty easily here for the Lumberjacks. And that's 5 up, 5 down with 3 Ks, 2 swinging. 2 balls put in play, and both of them were relatively weak contact to the left side.
So it's the Memphis outfielder standing in from the right side, Marcus Smith. Swings and chops this one to the third baseman. Smith with another easy play over to Jacobs, and that's 1-2-3 for the 2nd inning in a row for the Lumberjacks. Nothing happening on the Boonville side here at Hanson Aggregates Field, and they're out on defense on the other side of the break. I'm Evan Simbita alongside Brady Foxwell. We'll be right back. Back in central New York, it's the Lumberjacks still trying to keep the lead at 3 and just get back into this game. It's still Eric Shepard out on the mound for the Lumberjacks. R.J. Tomei at the plate for the Blue Sox. Here's the first offering. Swung on and missed. Strike 1.
You know, it seems like the outfield fence here at Hanson Aggregates is filling up with more and more sponsors each time, I gotta say.
That one in there for ball 1. Off speed was inside. Tomei last time he was at the plate, flied out to the deepest part of right field. Here's the 1-1. That one in the dirt, gets by the catcher Young, and A new baseball is required. 2-1 the count.
You want to see Warrior Zone out in left center field. That's where all the players train. A very nice facility here in Boonville Lumberjacks, and all of the Lumberjack Nation are proud to have them support the team and proud to work there as well.
Here's the 2-1. Swung on and popped up in the air. Ranging over to his right and making the catch is Wyatt Lassiter, and that's one out in the inning.
Up to bat,
That brings
number
up
10,
the X-Man, Xavier Smith, as they call him. Smith had a monster game last night against the Amsterdam Mohawks. 3 hits for 6 RBIs, including one of them being an extra base hit. Was able to walk in his first plate appearance today as the first offering way outside gets by the catcher Young. Count is 1-0. Smith batting just a touch under 300 so far this summer in the PGCBL. That one in the dirt as well. Count moves to 2-0.
Yeah, Smith was struggling isn't the right word, but wasn't having the best of summers coming into yesterday at least. A 3-hit performance in 3 at-bats absolutely helped his average go up. And if he can get more hits today, then his stats will only look better, of course, as Eric Shepard looking to settle down early and only allow 3 in his outing.
That one up high for ball 3, so the count moves to 3-0. Smith leads the team in walks with 10 so far this year. 1 pitch away from getting his 11th. Here's the delivery. That one in there for strike 1. Count moves to 3-1. And it seems like Shepard has been able to be very effective in the first 2 batters of every inning, but after that it's been a little bit shaky. Swing and a miss on that one, way outside, and the count moves full.
Yeah, small sample size, but it was kind of similar to Garrett Albright's performance on Sunday, where he would get a few outs and then load the bases and then get out of the jam if possible. And while he was able to get out of the jam a few times, the time that he didn't ended up costing the Lumberjacks the game. And while it wasn't really his fault, it's a few errors coming from that Lumberjack side. It's better to not let runners on entirely. So let's see if the Lumberjacks can limit the walks today if possible.
Well, couldn't limit it right there. Smith gets a free pass for his team-leading 11th walk of the year, and that brings up the catcher Ethan Madsen.
On the Utica side, it's still 6 up, 6 down with 4 Ks so far.
One man throwing in the Blue Sox bullpen, another warming up as that first offering is outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and chopped just foul. Count moves to 1-1.
Sun's just about down. It's only Marcus Smith and Wright who's still dealing with it, and the one chance he had to make an out, he got one earlier in the top of the first, so seems that it doesn't bother him too much out there in right.
Madsen walked in his first plate appearance today as he swings and misses and hits the catcher Young with his backswing. Young looks to be all right, however. Count moves to 1-2.
Yeah, similar to the Lumberjacks, the Utica Blue Sox like to mix up the catchers as well, whether it's Ethan Madison, Andrew Johnson, or Ian Orts. Madison only has 9 at-bats in the season, has had success at the plate, however, 3 for 9 in those opportunities. He's grabbed a pair of ribbies while he's at it.
Shepard checks back on the runner, but it's not in time.
It was worse in the last 2 contests versus the Lumberjacks, but today it's Madison.
This one hit into the gap, and that's going to get down for a hit. Rounding and going to third is Smith. He's going to turn and try and go home. The throw is not going to be anywhere close, and in there with a stand-up double is Ethan Madsen. Score is 4-0 Blue Sox.
Up to bat, number 1,
the
Connor
Utica Blue
Jones.
Sox are having a good day at the plate, to say the least. It's been a lot of barrels so far. Towards Tanner Ferguson at third, he had 2 hard-hit line drive ground balls right at him, and it was hard to make a play on either. And then earlier it was from Cerrone. He lined one to had a wall ball earlier, and right there, that one split the gap. So got to give up the barrels. That's hard to win a game when every single ball in play is right towards the outfield.
A bunt laid down by Jones. Throw over is not in time from the pitcher. And another man on, this time an infield hit for Connor Jones, and it's runners on the corners with just one out.
Yeah, it was a bang-bang play right there. I guess he's safe. It was a close play, but what you want to do right there is have a stronger throw to first, so it's never even in question for the umpire.
That brings up the right fielder, Robbie Carvelli. Check back on the runner is not in time. Here's the pitch from Shepard. That one down low, and Young gets up, takes some time to throw it back. Carvelli ahead in this count, 2-0. That one way down low. The throw from the catcher Young is into center field, and a run scores on that play as well. Jones gets into third standing, and all of a sudden it's 5-0 Blue Sox.
Yeah, it looks a little familiar to the last time the Blue Sox played here at Hanson Aggregates, where it was unforced errors by the Lumberjacks and just a pretty not great performance from the Boonville side. And, it's still looking early, but it's still early, but it's looking like domination from the Blue Sox if they continue to keep this up. And I imagine they get this runner on third to come around and score as well.
That one in there for a strike. 3-1 on Carvelli. And the Lumberjacks really just have not had any answers outside of one game this year for any of the teams that they've played. Pitch from Shepard is in the dirt. That's another 3-1 count now against the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, and I think the answer in that one game they did win was Jackson Baptist, who absolutely shoved on the mound for the Lumberjacks. Got hit a little bit in the third, but then the bullpen came in and did its job. So, when the starting pitcher struggles a little bit, the Lumberjacks, the bats aren't good enough to keep up with a poor performance so far. It's only been 6 games, but from the sample size that we've seen, it's hard for the Lumberjacks to put up anything when the starter doesn't have it.
Carvelli hits this one right up the middle, and it's another RBI for the Blue Sox. 6-0 now the score, and the Lumberjacks just really not finding a lot of consistency out on the mound. I think that's been their biggest issue this year.
Yeah, and it's also hard to pitch when you don't have any run support. So seeing Eric Shepard, you have a tough inning, go out and you barely even get a break. You get a 5-minute break because your batters go 1, 2, 3, and now you're right back out there. It's tough. The one thing I am noticing is that in previous matchups, these games have been pretty chippy with the players going back and forth. It's almost silent today. Neither team getting too loud, or at least chirping the opposing team. Everyone supporting their own guys, of course, but rather fair game so far and nobody chirping at the other side.
Pickoff move almost in time from the pitcher Shepard. R.J. Lopez thought that it was going to be an out, but instead it's a 0-0 count on McCartney. First pitch is up high for ball 1. McCartney popped out to the pitcher on his first plate appearance so far today. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and hit way foul. Caught by the third base coach, who throws back to the pitcher Shepard.
Now you hear those chirps from the Utica side.
And that was the explanation we got last time, was that players were simply just bored out there. And that's why the chirping started, but it's here early on at Hanson Aggregates Field. Another pickoff move, that one not close at all.
Yeah, and I don't blame them. It might be kind of boring being up like this. 6-0 with no real competitive bite shown from the Lumberjacks so far. So while runners continue to get on, yeah, why not chirp the other team if you're going to be bored while doing it?
That one way up high, almost hits the batter. And it's 3-1 yet again. And Shepard really struggling out there, and the pitch count getting up there as well.
Yeah, that's arguably the worst part. As we say every game, the pitch count getting up there. The starter, pretty much every game, what the starter needs to do is go 4 to 5 innings and allow less than 3 runs if possible. And the Lumberjacks have failed to do that in just about every single game except for the start that Jackson Baptist had against Utica, and that was the only game that they won. So Lumberjacks, when they don't have a lot of pitchers, the pitcher has to come in. The starter, at least, has to come in and shut the door. And well, again, only been 6 games, but we're yet to see that replicated more than once.
McCartney hits this one to the shortstop Negron. Long throw across the diamond, and not going to be on target or in time. Argenis Lopez picks it up and gives it back to his pitcher, Shepard. One man up in the bullpen for the Lumberjacks.
Up to bat
Another
4,
warming up.
Christian Cerrone.
But head coach Christian Griffin cannot afford to lose more arms in this lineup. It's been an onslaught all year long. They've had to throw position players. They've had to keep guys in who, frankly, just didn't have it anymore in certain games. And really, it's been a struggle on the whole pitching staff for this whole season. This one chopped into left by the Cerrone, the batter. Runners will not score. Everybody stays, and the bases are juiced for the second baseman, Caden Fry.
Up to bat number 14.
Yeah, another barrel as that one
Caden
goes into
Fry.
left, and Griffin making that slow walk to the mound. Not sure if he'll pull him yet. Definitely could, but that's 8 hits and 2 and 1/3 completed innings of work. So just not quite Shepard's day at the ballpark. Let's see what this conversation means. And yep, his day is done, is what it looks like to me. Jonathan Tetzlaff will be the man taking over here in the top of the 3rd.
So another guy who's had to eat a lot of innings for the Lumberjacks. The day is done for Shepard. Final line for him is 6 runs. All of them unfortunately earned. 3 hits allowed in the last 3 batters. On the day, it's 6. 1 lone strikeout to go along with 3 walks. It'll be Jonathan Tetzlaff on the other side of the break for the Lumberjacks. We'll have that and more on the other side of the break. We'll be right back. Back here in Boonville, it's 6-0 Utica with the bases loaded. Jonathan Tetzlaff inherits all 3 runners from the starter Shepard. Swing and a miss on that one. Frey misses it.
Yeah, Tetzlaff in the season so far has had a lot of outings where his job is playing cleanup, and well, he does a pretty good job at it. I'm sure it's not his favorite thing in the world to have to try and escape jams, but here with the bases loaded and 1 out, I wonder if he's able to.
That one outside on the batter, Fry. 1-1 the count.
Tetzlaff, 11 innings pitched so far. That leads the team by almost double. Logan Brock is in second place with 7 innings. Everyone else, he has over double the amount of innings pitched. And, you know, he's gotten batted around a little bit. I don't want to say that those numbers are very indicative of how he pitches, because, again, a lot of the time what he has to do is stay out there while, you know, sacrificing his stats for the team. And, yeah, he's got an 8.18 ERA. That's 10 runs.
This one chopped to the second baseman, Friedman, over to 2 for 1, but not going to get the double play in time. A run scores, and now it's 7-0 Blue Sox. Runner Carvelli scores from third. McCartney moves over to second. Runner Cerrone out at second, and Fry over at first. That brings up the first baseman, Alex Jacobs.
Charges one more to Shepard, but ultimately, I'm sure the Lumberjacks will take that. At least you get an out. And you still have a forced play at second.
Lumberjacks already down 7 as that one in the dirt from Tetzlaff. 1-0 the count. Jacobs struck out looking in his first plate appearance today. Runner goes. There will be no throw from the catcher, Jacobs. Jacob just throws it back to his pitcher.
Yeah, Jacobs doesn't play a lot, really. He's got 12 at-bats on the season, and he's 2 for 12 so far with a .83 batting average with 3 Ks to his name. So this is a guy that Tetzlaff will just want to go after and either try and look for a swing and a miss or a ball in the dirt for an out.
2-1 the count on the big lefty. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit right down the first base line, but foul. That one just missed. Jacobs would have had extra bases, but instead it's a 2-2 count.
Yeah, he barreled that hard. The Blue Sox hitters, credit to them, they're all very disciplined at the plate, but be a nightmare situation for the Lumberjacks. 7, I mean, I don't want to downplay 7 runs. That is a very deep hole to dig themselves out of, but 9 with a runner in scoring position is even worse.
That one down low on Jacobs, and now the count runs full. Runners on second and third, 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Blue Sox on top by 7 runs. Tetzlaff steps off the mound to collect before the big pitch. Currently 8 hits for the Blue Sox in just under 3 innings. Jacob swings and hits this one to center. Ranging over to his left is Hill. And this one's getting in the gap. Him and Lassiter couldn't find it. 2-run score as Jacob gets in standing at second. And the Utica lead balloons to 9 runs.
Wow, he crushed that. I actually thought that might leave the yard entirely. Hit it to just about the deepest part of the yard. I imagine that would have gone the metal bat, but that makes Eric Shepard's day a little bit worse, as now he's got 9 earned runs in 3 innings of work. And, 9 runs. Of course, it's still early, but with the way that Rhodes is dealing for the Blue Sox, it's might be a long game for the Lumberjacks.
This one hit Flashner to the shortstop Negron, who makes the throw. It's high, but Lopez makes the tag to finally end the inning, but not before the Blue Sox can get 6 runs on the board. Lumberjacks already down by 9 in this one. They'll be at the plate on the other side of the break in the bottom of the third inning. We'll be right back on the Lumberjacks Sports Network. Welcome back to Boonville. New arm on the mound for the Blue Sox. It's Hunter Harmon.
Yeah, with Austin Rhodes dealing, literally perfect through 2 innings. And with as much run support as the Blue Sox gave him, no real reason to keep him out there, honestly. They'll go to Hunter Harmon, another arm for this Blue Sox team who has been pretty good. Only 1 appearance. He pitched 2 innings, only allowed 1 hit so far, so he also hasn't given up any runs. A bit on the smaller side, at least weight-wise, he's 6'1", 160. But looking to continue this dominance that the Blue Sox have showed early.
Lassiter lays the bunt down. It hit him in the hand, and not sure what the call was there. Umpire says it was in play, and Lassiter sat down on 1 pitch.
Yeah, that about sums up how the Lumberjacks have been performing today so far. I don't even know what to call that.
Number 4,
laid down that doesn't quite go right. This is thumb, but still in play, and uncompetitive at-bats on the Lumberjack side.
And I think that really does sum up kind of the effort level of this team. Can't really blame Lassiter for not running that one out, but there's really not even that much to play for, and we're still in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, here's Negron batting. He's got to face Harmon as well, and just, at least get on base. Don't even got to be a hit. Find any way to get on.
Negron with a 313 OBP so far this year, only 2 hits and a walk so far in his 13 at-bats. Up early on this one, 2-0 the count. Here's the pitch. That one almost hits him inside. Curveball missed, and it's 3-0. And you mentioned all those sponsors out on the wall earlier in this game. One of them, new ones, is that one in there for a strike, 3-1 the count. One of the newer banners, the bright red one out there, Capri Pizza.
Yeah, we went there the other day. It was pretty good. I haven't tried too much food here in Boonville. What I enjoyed. We went there after going to Warrior Zone, another sponsor here. And
as this one popped up to the infield, underneath it is the third baseman Smith, who makes the catch, and 2 outs in the inning.
I got to say, though, I got a pizza. It was pretty good. I got a pepperoni one, and then I had it was pepperoni, sausage, and
up to
onion.
bat number 1, Asher.
You settled for the calzone.
I wouldn't say settled. It was pretty good.
Settled is not the right word. No, absolutely not.
I ended up getting the meatballs as well, though. That was a lot of food. They definitely feed you well over there at Capri, but I'd recommend the calzone.
Yeah. Negron just popped up. I was going to mention, the Lumberjacks' 1-5 start, unfortunately for him, is not too unfamiliar. He played for the University of Maryland Eastern Shore team that lost 55 straight. He was on the team that finally did get a win, but they got a feel for Negron where it's a lot of losing, to put it lightly.
This one hit right to the shortstop by Friedman, and it's 1-2-3 for the 3rd inning in a row. Lumberjacks still yet to have a base runner. We head to the top of the 4th inning. We'll have that for you and more right here on the Lumberjack Sports Network. back in the top of the 4th inning. Lumberjacks down 9 runs. It's still Jonathan Tetzloff out on the mound for Boonville. Chopped into right, ranging back on it and not making the catch is Smith. Rounding second and in there with a stand-up double is Tomei, as they still can't find the ball in the infield. Finally picked up by the shortstop Negron, and it's not the start that you're looking for.
Number 10.
That one, an error on the right fielder. Smith popped right out of the glove, and an early base runner for Jonathan Tetzloff to deal with.
Yeah, they call that E9 ultimately, and yeah, I guess you do call that an error. Of course, it was a tough play. He's moving to his left, and he knows the wall is right there. He doesn't want to run into it, but it did hit the glove, and that's one that you ultimately got to rein in here. Got to help out Tetzloff, someone who has had to do a lot of mop-up work so far. You know, and when we were in Utica the other day, you know, we mentioned Capri Pizza here. We got to say, we found some pretty good pizza in Utica as well.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the restaurant, but it was pretty good. Place
across the street. I opted for the calzone while you went for the pizza, right?
That's right.
Yeah, we had to do a little flip-flop.
No, actually, I got the meatball sub, actually.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, it's 2 pizza places. Have you had any pizza in New York?
I don't think so.
Oh, man.
That can't
terrible. Wow.
That can't be true.
I think it is.
No, it's not true. I had some before you got here.
Well, yeah, I'm sure.
Xavier Smith chops this one to the shortstop. Negron throw over to first is high, but in time. So Tetzloff finally gets an out.
Evan, you ever heard the expression that you have a girlfriend, she just goes to a different school? That's kind of what it sounds like here.
No, I did.
Oh, it was before I got here.
I know that you won't believe me, but I went up to the Moffat's lake house, actually, and we had pizza and wings. It was pretty good.
All right, maybe I'll give you that.
Yeah, exactly.
I think when we go to these restaurants, man, I gotta find this because it was really good. Lady behind the counter was really nice too.
Extremely, yeah. Helped us out with our order.
Yeah, she didn't tell me how big the calzone would be, which I guess is a good problem to have because that thing was, I could not finish all of it, and you know, my mom's listening. She knows how much food I eat, so.
Ethan Madsen, the catcher, stands in. 1-1 the count. And something else about the lake house, went fishing up there. Still haven't had any luck up here in Boonville. The fish are evading me as best as they can.
Yeah, Evan, you got to say you've went fishing about 3 times now. I am yet to go fishing, and we've caught the same amount of fish so far. Would you look at that? I mean, you know, it happens, but Evan, you got to get to a point. I'm kind of wondering. It was Tony's Pizzeria. Thank you in the chat. Tony's Pizzeria. That was it. That place was delicious.
This one chopped foul yet again. Count moves to 2-2. And the fish, I really don't think the fisherman is the issue. I think I just haven't found a good spot yet.
Oh, is it? It's a spot?
I do think it is the spot because I've caught a lot of fish before. It's just not up here. If anyone has any good fishing spots, please let me know.
In the Boonville area or the Utica area, it is not too far, and we are willing to drive.
This one hit again to Negron, makes the throw in time, so 2 outs for Tetzloff. The runner still at second.
I say we are willing to drive. What I mean is, Evan, you are willing to drive. I've been a passenger princess for the past week here, but you know, I'm loving it.
That brings up the outfielder Connor Jones at the plate. Singled twice already today. Has only been around to score once, however. Runner Tomei still stranded out there at second. Here's the first pitch from Tetzloff. That one in the dirt, blocked by Young. 1-0 the count.
Had Chick-fil-A today for the first time in a while we're on the thought of food. That was pretty good. I enjoyed the Subway and Burger King here. in Boonville, New York, but it's nice to switch it up for a change for sure.
The subway's been keeping me alive for the most part. I mean, we've been down there a lot, especially because it's right next to the ballpark, as this one hit above the second baseman Friedman's head. That one's going to get down, and the runner Tomei scores from second. It's an RBI single from Connor Jones, and it's double digits for the Blue Sox, 10-0.
Up to bat number 62, Robbie Carvelli.
Yeah, it's the saying goes that you have good news and bad news for the Boonville Lumberjacks, and that the good news is that there's plenty of time in the season. It's a long season, but the bad news is that it might potentially be a long season for the Lumberjacks. So 10-0 in the fourth is hopefully not a sign of things to come for future games, but right now the Lumberjacks just gotta, I'm not even sure it's about winning the game anymore. I think it's about your pride and dignity when you play. So how about getting a hit on the board?
Well, lots of baseball ahead for this Lumberjacks team. I'm sure the best is in front of them. A lot of great players on this team. It's just as soon as they can sort out the arms situation, they should be in a much better spot. Robbie Carvelli stands in and watches that one in there for strike two. 1-2 the count. And yeah, that Chick-fil-A earlier was pretty good. I almost defaulted to you for the order due to the fact that you are a former employee of Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, rep it loud and proud for sure. I unfortunately did not pack my Chick-fil-A uniform here to Boonville, opting for the Arizona State shirt today. And, camera isn't on me, of course, but I got to make sure you represent everywhere you go. And I'm so thankful they brought back the honey pepper pimento sandwich. That was delicious today. By far the best on the menu, in my personal opinion.
2-2 from Tetzloff is fouled back and out of play. Count remains even. Yeah, I've always been more of a nugget guy. Barbecue sauce and nuggets, grilled or normal nuggets.
I don't mind
That has always been the order for me. I think I've only had a Chick-fil-A sandwich once in my lifetime, and it was pretty good, but I feel like the nuggets are just all reliable.
Pretty consistently is.
That one down low, count runs full. Runner from second will be going on this next pitch.
Just say it's a nice day out, too. It's beautiful. It's a great day for baseball. I don't know if the Lumberjacks have gotten the memo yet.
This one chopped foul. Count remains full, and they'll do it once again. Lots of people out here at the ballpark today. It's a very nice day. I'm sure that's why. Beautiful baseball watching weather. Sun is no longer out, so you've got a nice shady area down here. Of course, we are in a little bit of a valley down here at Robert Smith Sports Complex, so no sun for the fans to deal with. Payoff pitch is chopped to the third baseman shortstop. Negron ends up getting it, but trips over Ferguson and cannot make a throw. So an infield hit right there from Carvelli, hit it to just the right spot.
To bat number 7.
And that brings up the outfielder, Connor McCartney.
Yeah, to think the last time these two teams played, it was pretty competitive and going back and forth. There was a few lead changes, I believe 3 total, with the Lumberjacks striking first. The Blue Sox got it back, and the Lumberjacks took it back again late in the game. And I was hoping that would continue today, and that would get another maybe back and forth close matchup. But with it being 10-0, as one more run will come in to score, it's not sure it's quite as entertaining as you, me, or the people at home would hope.
That one off the glove of Ferguson, so it's 11-0 Blue Sox, and even the chirps down there from the Utica dugout have ceased.
Number 4, Christian Cerrone.
In fact, there's not a lot of sound at all, other than our amazing PA announcer Braden. There's pretty much no sound going around the ballpark right now.
Maybe a little bit of chirping from the Utica side, as we just heard.
So Cerrone stands in. A single and a double for him so far today. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Utica on top 11-0 in this one. Breaking ball outside by Tetzloff. Count moves to 1-1. And the car park especially full today. The hill above Hanson Aggregates Field, where people pull up the back of their trucks to watch games. Very full. As that one outside for ball 2.
Yeah, it's a nice Tuesday night here. Honestly, I think I do a pretty bad job keeping track of the days of the week here. But it's Tuesday, not too much going on in the village of Boonville tonight, so why not come down to the ballpark and support the Lumberjacks, as it's now been over an hour since first pitch and not too deep into the game.
Here's the 3-1 pitch from Tetzloff. That one in there, and another full count. They're running up the mileage on Tetzloff's arm, and he's got another payoff pitch waiting for him. Another off day tomorrow for the Lumberjacks as the runners go, but it's ball 4. Cerrone walks, and that means the bases are juiced for the second baseman, Caden Fry. That one swung on and missed, strike 1. And the Boonville locals really do love supporting this team. Unfortunately, it really hasn't been their best year so far, but lots of baseball ahead for this club. Names will come in and out of the lineup sheet. I'm sure more arms will be added to the lineup. We've been talking to head coach Christian Griffin, and there are many players that he hopes to add to this team, as this one fouled back and off of the catcher's glove, Young, and it'll be catcher's interference. Young appears to be injured with that left hand, but he'll stay in this game. Another run scores for Utica, and it's 12-0.
Up to bat number 16, Alex Jacobs.
Jacobs has struck out and doubled in today's game. That one outside for ball 1.
Yeah, his double earlier in the game, he absolutely pieced to that left center gap. I'm seeing a little bit of a shift on him from the outfielders here, and if he gets one in the air again, they want to make sure they're able to get to it. Last time there was no shift, and it split the left center gap between Wyatt Laster and Will Hill, so was trying to help out Tetzloff in any way possible, but this game is not looking too well for the Lumberjacks.
You could say this one quite out of hand already, as that one down low in the dirt. Young blocks it with his body, slides over to pick it up and throw it back to his pitcher, but it's already a 3-0 count. Tetzloff looks to avoid another walk. That one in there for strike 1, excuse me.
Yeah, nowhere to put him. A walk brings in even one more to be a fly in the wall in the Lumberjack dugout and hear the conversations that are going on, and specifically what Coach Christian Griffin is saying to the team. And when they first lost the game 13-3 as the Utica Blue Sox put their 13th on the board. When they first lost 13-3, he was incredibly upset at, not directly at his players, but simply at the performance that they put up. And when they did get that win, there's a reason we all signed the lineup card, is because, they lost. There's no line. They lost a tough game 13-3, and the Blue Sox were talking to him, talking trash as they did it. He had every right to be pissed, and to get one back on their home turf, literally, he was incredibly excited to do so, and for this performance to follow up that one, it's incredibly disappointing.
This one fouled back and out of play by Flashner. Seems like a little bit of an everybody eats game today for the Blue Sox, but Flashner has failed to reach base so far. 2 ground outs and a fly out represent his contributions today.
Yeah, and I said earlier, Flashner, for the amount of at-bats he gets, and including his average, he's the best hitter on the team. At least he was coming into today. He was 385. That number has dropped a bit since then, but I mean, he's got bases loaded right now, and he is, the best hitter, so we'll see what happens here.
Chopped down the first base line, but called foul by the home plate umpire. Runners will go back to their bases. Bases still loaded for Flashner. Seems like it's been 2 outs for an eternity. Is that one in the dirt? 2-2 the count. And we might be getting into position players throwing in this game territory. I mean, if you're head coach Christian Griffin, you can't waste any more arms for valuable games that could be won by this club. As that one in the dirt gets by the catcher Young, and another run scores. It's 14-0. Utica on top off of the wild pitch. But there is still 5 innings left in this ball game as well, so got to account for that.
Yeah. The Blue Sox on their first drive, they went down and scored a touchdown. Seems that they just added one more now, 14-0, and this Lumberjack defense can't get a stop.
Flashner chops this one up. He throws the bat down in disappointment as Will Hill makes the catch, but it's 5 runs in the top of the 4th inning for the Blue Sox. They're on top 14-0 in this one. Lumberjacks at the plate on the other side of the break. Back in Boonville, 14-0. The Utica Blue Sox on top of the Lumberjacks, but maybe they can get something going right here. It's the catcher Jacob Young at the plate.
Yeah, only down 14. We've seen stranger things.
Young hits this one right to the second baseman, and he's out on 1 pitch. Fry makes the play, and we're back to the top of the order. Lumberjacks in the 4th inning are still looking for their first base runner, Blue Sox set down the entire 10-man lineup in order so far today. And it's the man they call Stanky Davis up at the plate, trying to make something happen. Watches that one go for strike one. That one outside. Sun's starting to go down over here as well. Starting to get a little cooler out here at Dr. Robert Smith Sports Complex. As this one fouled back behind the plate, 2-2 the count.
Yeah, that one almost hit the popcorn machine at your mom's kitchen. Or your mother's kitchen. What's the name for it?
I think Mom's Kitchen is the official,
Mom's Kitchen. Can
the
we get
official
a
name.
challenge on that? Mom's Kitchen sounds
Yeah.
good. It's a place you can find a lot of the kids here. They enjoy their snacks. Gotta say, I do too, wondering what I'm gonna grab post-game if anything's open.
Well, I've worked up an appetite watching this game, I'll say.
Might be a little more hungry than the Lumberjacks are at the plate.
Still 2-2 on Davis. And that one hit him. Lumberjacks have a base runner for the first time today. It's Stanky Davis on by hit by pitch.
You think that's intentional, maybe?
I would have to believe it's not.
No, but at least the Lumberjacks are on. The perfect game here.
Off the bat, number 7.
In the bottom of the fourth is no longer intact. Had to happen, you would imagine.
Center fielder Will Hill stands in at the plate. Had an off day last game as that one almost hits him. Gets out of the way. Last game he played was against the Blue Sox. As that one hits Will for the second time in a row. So runners on first and second.
Do I see any rally caps here in Boonville, New York?
I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a rally cap at this particular moment in time.
21,
At least it's still on here for the Lumberjacks, so sign of life maybe?
We'll see. Lopez, last time out against Utica in 5 at-bats, had 1 hit and a hit by pitch. As that one almost gets him yet again, and the sidearm delivery starting to back these hitters off the plate.
Yeah, consistently missing inside now.
That one swung on and chopped down the third baseline into the Utica bullpen and foul. Lopez had an impressive season in the Division I JUCO level with Wabash Valley College. Over a 1 OPS with a .378 batting average. As that one hits him, so 3 straight hit by pitch, and the bases juiced for Michael Clarkson.
Still a no-hitter intact for the Blue Sox, but that's 3 straight for the Lumberjacks. Might as well help the on-base percentage here.
You know, I'd bet quite a lot of money that they're not going to get a no-hitter here tonight.
Especially not with Michael Clarkson at the plate. Now, I said pregame I picked someone to hit a home run. My pick was Michael Clarkson here. So I think I'm officially putting my broadcaster call out on Michael Clarkson right here. It'll be first pitch will miss outside for ball 1, 1-0 pitch, grand slam. Be ready for it.
Still no home runs by the Lumberjacks at Hanson Aggregates this year. only one home run in total. That was by the Oneonta Outlaws. That one inside on Clarkson, 1-0.
Just like I said.
Maybe you're putting it out there. Maybe this is the one.
Clarkson was able to do it a lot in college. That was with a metal bat, is what he said.
Inside again, 2-0 the count, and Hunter Harmon really looks to be losing his edge out there on the mound.
No, Harmon has 3 total innings of work and has only allowed 1 hit in those innings, so he's been pretty good. This is his 4th, and well, I guess 3 1/3 now that he's recorded an out right here, but still no earned runs given up.
That one finally in there for a strike by Harmon.
And I think what frustrates the Lumberjacks the most really is that, to put it nicely, I don't think Hunter Harmon is overpowering the Lumberjacks hitters. They're just not hitting really. It's not the velocity or the off speed. It's just not impressive contact.
Clarkson with another hit by pitch. That's 4 in a row. Harmon losing his edge out there on the mound, and it's a run on the board for the Lumberjacks. 14-1 the score. Bases still loaded for the most consistent hitter in this lineup, Tanner Ferguson.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go to the pen here. Hunter Harmon's day will be done. Just didn't, I don't even want to say he didn't have it, because he did have a pretty solid bottom of the 3rd. His inning of work there was 3 up, 3 down here. 4 straight hit batsmen, just maybe mechanically off a little bit, but at least it makes the game look a little bit more competitive from the Lumberjack side.
It might be a PGCBL record. I don't know if anyone's ever hit 4 batters in a row before.
I wouldn't put it past anyone before. I'm not sure if we have anyone who's able to check that 4 in a row.
That's probably deep in the record books. Might be. I don't know. New pitcher in the game. It's Jack McWilliams for the Blue Sox to face Tanner Ferguson. Brady.
Out of the University of San Diego. He came quite a long way to be here. Similar to you, Evan, really.
Yeah, out from Los Angeles. Shout out to all my West Coast family listening.
Yeah, lefty. Lumberjacks don't see too many lefties here, and it's a pretty solid arm, at least, is what it looked like. Didn't have too great of stats in college, but again, a lot of college stats are inflated anyway. A 16.87 ERA with the Toreros from the University of San Diego. 6'3", 190. That's about what I am. Just throwing that out there.
Great to know.
Looking to shut down this jam that Hunter Harmon got himself in. Also an outfielder, but pitching today.
Yeah,
his first appearance of the season.
Look at that. A lot of debuts today in the PGCBL. And we kind of see that a lot with pitchers, with their ERAs. They're really, really high coming in here. I mean, I guess that's just there aren't that many shutdown guys at the D1 level, and probably even less coming to play summer ball. I mean, a lot of those arms take the summer off.
Mm-hmm. It's a hot commodity for college baseball. You throw 93, why risk injury where Tommy John happens all the time? Had to write a research paper on that in college, actually.
Really?
I did, yeah. It was for my English 102 class. I got 100% on it.
Wow. Good for you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you, Brady. That's good.
Yes, we do a lot of work there. Arizona State University. It's
not what I've heard.
Always studying university is what other people say, actually. And while we're mentioning it, Evan, do you have a team for the College Baseball World Series? You got a pick?
I'm gonna go with head coach Christian Griffin's kind of hometown team. I'll go for Georgia. What about you?
I don't know. I kind of wanted ASU. Well, of course I wanted ASU. They barely lost to Ole Miss, and then Ole Miss went on to actually make the College World Series. So I don't know if I can rightfully root for Ole Miss. We have Will Hill, who's on the Texas team, of course, in the portal. Maybe I root for Texas on his behalf. Troy, maybe just because they're the underdogs. I don't hate that. Maybe Troy.
I do like the Troy story. I think that's a nice fold.
And how they faced Little Rock to get there.
Yeah.
Big fan of that.
Yeah, Will Hill, we did talk to him. If Texas goes on to win the World Series, that he might end up getting a ring from that, which
I think he absolutely should.
Which is interesting.
He committed there. He plays there. He practiced with them. He caught a few first pitches. I know he did that. Sure, you got it for sure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, might be the first time we've ever had a Division I national champion playing on the Lumberjacks the season that they won the national championship. Might be a first.
I think it's got to be.
That one in there for a strike. 3-1 the count on Tanner Ferguson.
While we're at North Carolina, they got pretty just nice uniforms. Just want to throw that out there. So if they appeared in the College World Series, that would be pretty nice. The bright blue.
Foul ball there from Ferguson. Count runs full. Jack McWilliams out of Columbia University, actually.
Yeah, thank you for the correction on that. What we had was San Diego, so went from bright blue to bright blue in Columbia, but a little harder in the classroom. It's got to be over there.
Here's the payoff pitch from the Ivy League thrower. And that one up high. Ball 4 on Ferguson. And the Lumberjacks starting to get back into this one. It's 14-2. That brings up the newcomer Marcus Smith.
You mentioned out of Columbia University. Makes you wonder. Jaden Santiago, the catcher out of Mohawk Valley, surely he's got to know him if they play together. Is that his battery?
Maybe. Could be. I mean, there's certainly two younger guys also out here in the PGCBL, so could be, yeah. Both hail from the West Coast, at least Santiago from San Diego, and McWilliams having played
Also
college ball out there.
Yeah. It must be. Yeah, wait. If you anyone in the comment section who could give us clarity on that, I that's way too many
niche.
Similarities to be a coincidence. Two California guys who both go to Columbia in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. Why not join the same team?
Gotta wonder. Could make sense. 2-0 the count on Smith. It's been a walk party in this inning. 5 straight have reached by hit by pitch or walk, as this one moves to 3-0. (14-2) still the score. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That one up high, and a second straight walk is a third straight free run for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, so they give up 2 touchdowns and respond with the field goal. Looks like
Up to bat number
for the Lumberjacks, 14-3.
Lassiter.
While we're throwing it out there, it's still a no-hitter for the Blue Sox.
This is, I think, squarely looking at this box score, this is one of the most interesting box scores I've ever had to take a look at. 11 hits, 14 runs for the Blue Sox. 3 runs on no hits with 5 errors for the Lumberjacks. And somehow they've had the bases loaded this entire inning as that one hits Lassiter. And it's a 4th straight free pass. And that means it's 14-4 Lumberjacks. What is going on, Brady?
I am not sure. This is the most interesting baseball game I think I've been a part of. 14-4 now. where it seems that no pitcher has it, but for different reasons. As Eric Shepard, he only walked 3. It's not that he was missing too bad, but it was just barrel after barrel. And for the Utica side, that's 4 hit by pitches, and then 4 more free passes. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's been quite an interesting inning. I mean, we had top of the order be the second batter. It was Jacob Young who led off the inning, ended up grounding out, and then it was Canisius Davis, Will Hill, Argenis Lopez, and Michael Clarkson all hit by pitch. Then Harmon was hooked from the game, and then Ferguson, Smith, and Lassiter walk, and hit by pitch. That means it's 14-4. And the Blue Sox given some warm-up pitches here.
Yeah, it looks like it's Reese Jancy on the mound for the Blue
Announcing
Sox.
your 50-50 winning number.
Another guy that has pitched
And it
against
is
the Boonville Lumberjacks before.
7-3,
It was his first appearance
2,
where he pitched 2 innings and didn't give up a run. So
8. Again,
I guess this is the guy you want to try and close down the game.
2-8.
I don't know if this is your closer. I
Excuse me,
mean,
not close down the game up. Close down the inning where the bases are loaded in a situation like this. Don't want to give up any more, especially with Negron. Speaking of Eli Negron, he not having his best start to the summer, hitting 154, but he had a pretty nice appearance against Mohawk Valley where he had a single and a double, added a pair of hits to his line that actually improved his batting average. He hadn't gotten a hit coming into that day. Now he's 2 for 13 on the year with 4 Ks. 2 walks to his name as well.
yeah, one of those also came in that last game against Mohawk Valley, but here he is batting with the bases loaded. 1 out, down by 10 runs, but honestly, if you told me that at the beginning of this inning, I probably would have been all right with that.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and only 1 out, so they could cut this lead in half potentially. That's going to be Lassiter on first. If he were to come around, that would make it 7, but Lumberjacks, don't get ahead of themselves. Just focus on passing the stick to the next guy.
First one is outside for ball 1. Negron, I think he's got one of the better walk-up songs on this team as well.
What is it? I can't say I heard it.
It's Biggie Smalls' song.
Really?
Yeah. A little old school. Two 2-0 the count.
Lots of NBA young boy from the other guys.
Lots of young boy. I haven't really delved too deep into his catalog myself, but I'm certainly enjoying hearing it here at Hanson Aggregates.
If you had a walk-up song, what would it be?
That's a tough one. Back in Little League, I think I had a Kodak Black song.
You had a walk-up song in Little League?
I did, yeah.
Really? I did, but it was only for the state finals, and I had to light it up.
Wow.
I forget his name, but it's that one song that goes light it up. You know what I'm talking about?
4 straight balls to Negron is a 5th straight RBI walk. Ferguson comes in to touch home, and that brings up Asher Friedman. You had Fallout Boy as your walk-up song.
That was my first ever walk-up song.
Asher Friedman.
And then, which I thought was the coolest one. I thought it was the coolest possible song. Light it up, because you light up the pitcher. You know what I mean? That was kind of the thought there. I don't think I performed very well in my 10U Little League championship.
No, that one almost hits Friedman in the head as he gets out of the way.
Yeah. From there, it was Lord Knows by Drake and Rick Ross.
It's a great song.
I think I finished out with The Chain.
Two great songs, yeah.
Yeah, 2 pretty different vibes, but it kind of got the point across that I was a pretty okay hitter until I had to face comp pitching and then had to PO. You said Kodak Black?
Kodak Black and Rich the Kid, believe it or not.
Remember the song?
No, I
really?
I'm sure I could remember the Rich the Kid one, but Kodak Black, I don't think.
Could have been No Flockin'?
No, I don't think. I think it was Patty Cake. I think that was the one.
I can't say I'm familiar.
Really? You haven't heard that one?
No, I don't think so.
It's a good song.
More to Drake, really.
Yeah, I can tell.
What does that mean?
You've listened to a lot of Drake in the last couple days. I mean, I can tell you're a big Drake fan.
Can I say? Still got to see the Michael Jackson movie.
We do have to get down to the Michael Jackson movie. And speaking of moonwalking, Friedman goes over to first.
That's right there. I'm not a...
Oh, come on. You can't give me that one?
Now batting number
Moonwalking over to first. That's 6 straight
Young.
walks. And it brings up the man who started this inning, Jacob Young. It's 9 straight that have reached by walk or hit by pitch. All of a sudden, it's 14-6. Lumberjacks still trailing, and this is one of the most bizarre baseball games I've ever laid eyes on.
And the no-hitter on the Blue Sox side is still intact, by the way.
I know we had the Blue Sox in our chat a little bit earlier. A little quieter now. I've had to
Recommended
had to
Pizza
see.
Boy as a restaurant to hit after this.
Yeah, we'll be down there. We'll be down in Utica soon enough. So yeah, we'll check that out.
Jacob Young just at risk of making 2 outs in the same inning. It's not ideal.
If so, he'd be the only man to make 2 outs, as that one dropped in there for a called third strike. Young is set down looking, and then that means that Canisius Davis will head back to the plate. 3-pitch strikeout for Jacob Young. Not exactly what you're looking for there.
Number 23, Canisius
Yeah, if you
Davis.
told me that's... Actually, I guess anything is believable in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League, but undeniably this is the most interesting stat line I think I've seen. And just an interesting game in general, as the Lumberjacks are still looking for their first hit. Spanky Davis would be the guy to get it done, though.
Now, I think the more interesting thing is that the Blue Sox surrendered 9 hit by pitches or walks in a row and are still leading this game by 8 runs. As that one dropped in there for a strike, 1-1 the count.
Yeah, no, I gotta say that's pretty interesting. Lumberjacks kicked another field goal.
I think we gotta move off the football. That one inside on Davis, called for a strike.
I can't get that.
Well, if you can't give me moonwalking, I can't give you the
Just walking
football score.
forward. That's not what moonwalking is.
Yeah, but walk in the second part. Me explaining it just makes it worse.
It does, unfortunately.
1-2 on Davis. That one up high, 2-2 the count. Yeah, we do have to get. As a matter of fact, we have an off day tomorrow. We should get down to the movie theater.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I've heard Obsession and Backrooms are the 2 movies. I really want to see both of those.
Backrooms wasn't good, actually.
I've actually heard positive things. Is that one? Davis says it hits him. Umpire says it doesn't.
I wouldn't be surprised if it did hit him.
Count runs full either way.
That would be the 10th batter hit by pitch or walked in this inning to cut the lead to 7. Being from Arizona, I remember when Chris Paul played for the Suns, he's got a pretty famous clip of him with a clutch 3 that cut the lead to 42.
Well, that clutch walk by Davis cuts the lead down to 7. It's 2 touchdowns to 1 now, and
Doesn't that make sense?
that brings up Will Hill, the center fielder. It's 10 walks or hit by pitches in this inning, and it's just an interesting vibe out here at the ballpark. 7 runs scored. This might be the calmest 7-run inning I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, absolutely. Also the most interesting no-hitter I've been a part of.
Yeah. I don't even know if you could call this a no-hitter.
You
Like,
know,
they haven't had a
are there
pitch
any
to hit
college
in...
scouts hitting or watching the game. What's more important is their on-base percentage anyway.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, of course it is.
That one clips the zone, 1-1 the count.
Talk again. We don't have to have the Moneyball talk.
We
again
don't
about
have to. We don't
on-base
have to do that again. No.
Good movie.
Good. Yeah, I'll give it a good movie. Sure. Some people call it the greatest sports movie of all time, though. I can't
That
go
was
that
me who
far.
said that.
Yeah, I just can't. This one down the right field line and into the Lumberjack bullpen foul. 1-2 the count.
Now you said movies. Yeah, Obsession is the one that Well, I think there's an absurd number on it. Like they filmed it for less than $1 million. Is that
It was
right?
it was filmed in less than a month for under $1 million. The lead actress, I think, was paid like $20,000
Wow.
for her role, which is incredible. But yeah, I'd be down to see that tomorrow, as that curveball dropped in there for a ball, 2-2 the count. Yeah, that Backrooms. I've heard positive things about Backrooms. I don't know where you're hearing the negative ones.
My girlfriend went to see it and she thought it was okay.
Hill hits this one into right field, but making the catch is Carvelli. Lumberjacks plate 7 in the most underwhelming 7-run inning that you will ever see at the ballpark. It's 14-7 going into the top of the 5th inning. Evan Simbita and Brady Foxwell talking it out here on the Lumberjacks Sports Network. We'll be right back after this. New pitcher on the mound for the Lumberjacks, as that one down in the dirt for ball 1. Not quite sure who the pitcher is. We don't have a number 8 on our roster, so we will find that out for you momentarily. Could that be Garrett Albright pitching from the left side? I think it might be.
I don't think so. It does kind of look like him. Thought he wore 6, and didn't he go just the other day?
He did.
He
Went
went
3 innings
on Sunday. There's no way. He had through like 60 pitches. Is it Helmer?
Could be. He was 28. Matt Helmer Jr., the arm on the mound.
It is Matt Helmer.
As the first out from Helmer there, so a new number for him, and 1 out on 4 pitches.
Up to bat number 10, Xavier.
That brings up
Smith.
Xavier Smith.
Yeah, Helmer only 1 appearance on the season so far, and it was against the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs in their short porch of a stadium, to say the least. So his ERA a little inflated so far. It's 1 complete inning of work, gave up 3 runs. That puts him at a 27 ERA.
Smith has walked twice and grounded out today. That one inside for strike 2. And we're starting to see some pink skies out here in Boonville. It's kind of beautiful, actually.
Every day in Boonville has been beautiful.
I'd say it is. A lot of nature out here is Smith checks on that one, but holds up.
I think they call it the city that never sleeps.
I think that might be a different city in New York State. Something along those lines. Boonville, actually, I believe sleeps. If you go out any time past 9 p.m., I think you'd believe it. Is that one in the dirt? 2-2 the count.
We passed by Albany this morning. Gotta say, that was a very nice city.
Bigger city than I would have expected.
Yeah.
I mean,
lots of nice churches. That's been the overall vibe I've seen across the Northeast in general.
Fouled back by Albright. Two and two the count on Smith.
Lots and lots and lots of trees.
Oh, yeah.
Makes sense that they're the Lumberjacks.
Swing and a miss there from Smith. And a strikeout right there. Yeah, look at Helmer.
That was filthy right there.
Brings up the catcher, Ethan Madsen.
Up to bat, number 15.
Yeah, why doesn't Helmer pitch more than he does?
It begs the question.
Yeah.
But everyone's got to get their run here on this team, so.
Yeah, and the Peach.
The Peach, as they call it.
Do they call it that?
I
just did, actually, so
you,
really
yeah.
clicking for me.
You're calling it that, so someone must be.
It's like the PGCBL, but casual.
Yeah.
The Peach.
No, I'm with the Peach.
Let's go to the Peach tonight.
Helmer Jr. just out of high school, committed to play at Penn State Beaver for the next collegiate season. That one in there for strike one. Only appearance so far this year was opening day against the Diamond Dogs. 1 inning pitched, 3 hits, a walk, and 3 earned runs, also allowing 2 home runs. That one check swing foul towards the Lumberjack dugout. 1-2
strike
count.
away from a 1-2-3 inning here.
Would be the first of the day for the Lumberjacks. And it's been interesting, especially with the depletion of the Lumberjack bullpen, to not see Helmer Jr. getting out there, as that one almost in there for a called third strike, but instead a ball. 2-2 the count.
Wow, that didn't miss by much. That's a big league take there, I can't lie. I guess the Peach is pretty close to the big leagues.
See, Peach is catching on, isn't it? This one popped down the first base line. Argenis Lopez chasing, but that out of play. Doesn't want to play it too close to that fence. Bronx Lewis, as we mentioned, ran into that fence in the last game. He'll be all right. Should be back in the lineup next week.
I know in the NBA it's the rule that you got to have your jersey tucked in. Is it the same thing here in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League?
Technically, yes. But in a 14-7 ball game, I really don't know how strict they're going to be with the jersey rules.
What if that game was just 14-0 though, and it's all set to become a nail biter? Who knows?
Could go either way. We'll have to see. Payoff pitch, swung on and hit over the shortstop Negron's head into left field. Lassiter picks it up and throws to his cutoff man. A 2-out single for Ethan Madsen brings up the left fielder Connor Jones.
Yeah, good piece right there.
Up to bat, number 1, Connor Jones.
Credit to Utica. 14 runs on 12 hits, and just about all 12 have been barrels. They have been catching barrels all night long.
Jones has singled 3 times today, the ultimate contact hitter, as the check back from Helmer not in time. Curveball down low, 1-0 the count. Jones, coming into this game, had the 4th highest batting average on the Blue Sox, batting .353 so far this summer, and adding to it with another 3-for-3 day. That one down low in the dirt, 2-0 the count. And if you're a player on the Lumberjacks right now, you got to feel that you're in this game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They're only down 7. It's not horrible. They've had 5-spot innings before. And if they continue to give you free bases, that's what we were talking about at the beginning of the game. That was the Lumberjacks' issue, was giving away free bases. I mean, if Utica didn't score, it's a hypothetical here, if Utica didn't score 14 runs but had only allowed 7 to the opposing team without giving a single hit, just imagine how livid Utica would be. Of course, they still have a 7-run lead here, so I imagine they're not too upset. Obviously, some conversations must be had, but Lumberjacks are in the game.
Runner goes from second, but it won't be a stolen base. 5-pitch walk to Connor Jones means first and second with 2 outs. And it brings up Robbie Carvelli, the right fielder.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier, Carvelli with the 200 batting average. He has, of course, increased that today. He gets split time with the rest of the outfielders, 4 games played, GP as they say, and he is 3 for 15 coming into today, and at risk, very able to catch some barrels here tonight as he has been doing already.
Steps off and checks back to second. That one in the dirt, but Negron can't find it. It's right in front of the bag. He picks it up and gives it back to Helmer.
You know, the Lumberjacks middle infield does that pretty frequently, where they flip the infielders. Friedman and Negron doing that today. I guess they just want equal reps at each position. The middle infielders just trying to show off versatility and get as many reps as possible.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of great middle infielders as well. A lot of those guys, solid hands in the middle of the park, and it's been working out pretty well for them. Not too many errors coming from that middle infield. Is this one in the dirt? Located by the catcher Young and thrown back to the pitcher.
Yeah, Jacob Young, they might get on him in the dugout. Everybody on the team has gotten on base except for Young so far.
Just a bizarre box score if you take a look at it.
Gotta hang it in the Louvre.
This one chopped foul down the third base line. Ferguson took a stab at it but couldn't locate it.
You know, I mentioned the Louvre. There is a museum here in Boonville. It's like the train one. About a 5-minute walk from here on another off day.
I haven't been, but you know, we could either see Obsession or go to the Boonville Museum tomorrow.
2 very enticing options.
I don't know. We'll have to decide that. Carvelli hits this one into right field. Coming into foul territory is Smith, but that one out of play. Count remains 1-2.
Yeah, not sure he ever had a chance on that one.
Carvelli has 2 singles and a double in this game so far.
You know, and we mentioned the score or the scoreboard a lot. 14 runs, 12 hits, 0 errors. I mean, if you look at 12 hits and 0 errors to 0 hits and 3 errors, analytically, the Blue Sox should be winning this game by a lot more runs than 7.
Well, analytically, you know, that's not exactly what's happening. You know, even if analytically a team might be winning, it's, you know, the on-court presence that really matters more.
The on-court presence was felt by the refs in last night's contest between the Spurs and the Knicks.
Popped up to Negron at second. He makes the catch, and no runs scored for the second time today by the Blue Sox. Carvelli pops out to end the inning, and it's a weirdly calming presence out in the Boonville dugout. Water being given to the umpires out here. This marks the midway point of our game. We'll be right back on the Lumberjacks Sports Network. Back here in Boonville, it's 14-7. Lumberjacks somehow are squarely in this game, and it's the first baseman, R.J. Lopez, to lead it off for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, I stand corrected. I thought it was a train museum. There's a train right outside of it and train tracks running through. It's the Boonville Black River Canal Museum. Now, that's one that we will have to check out. Actually does sound kind of cool.
It does. I don't really know what the canal entails, or, I don't know anything about it. I guess I have to go to the museum to find out.
That's what you got to do.
0-1 the count on Lopez. He swings and fouls this one to the backstop. Just about 2 hours away from first pitch. We are still in the bottom of the fourth inning. Fifth inning, excuse me. Checks on that one outside, but called for ball one. And I don't like to play guessing games, Brady, but I do wonder what the post-game eats are going to look like from the Lumberjacks. Last time out we had white rice and chicken. Is this one
Very
chopped
good.
down the first baseline and foul, and hot dogs, and some pizza as well. It was very good. I'm going to have to find out that chicken recipe. I hope they have that again tonight, but if you had to guess what the post-game spread is looking like, where are you going?
Let's see, I got to think about it. So the first time, it was the mac and cheese and the brisket. That was really good.
That was really good.
Next time, it was it just hot dogs, or what was it? I remember I had a big salty pretzel. I thought I also had some hot dogs. Am I right?
I can't remember. I can't remember. I think it was pizza, actually. It was pizza. That's what it was.
Might have been pizza and hot dogs.
It was pizza and hot dogs.
I think hot dogs are just a staple. Actually.
Foul tip on that one. R.J. Lopez set down on strikes. That brings up Michael Clarkson, the extra hitter.
No, I think hot dogs are actually just a staple of
ball. They're all ballpark food, I'd say.
Big fan of Lizzie's. If I had to guess tonight,
I'm feeling a return to the brisket and mac.
I wouldn't mind that at all. No, I would not.
That one hits Clarkson on the first pitch. He eats that and takes his base. Another hit by pitch from the Blue Sox. It's the sixth in the last 2 innings.
Up to bat, number 20.
Lumberjacks certainly won't mind. It's Tanner Ferguson, the man with the most hits in this lineup, at the plate now. Swings and hits this one into shallow left field. Coming in on it is McCartney, and he can't find it. He lost it in the lights. Ferguson's into second with a stand-up double. Clarkson's into third. Clarkson's running home, but pulls back. And runners on second and third.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought Fergie hit that really well. You said shallow. I guess I thought it was to the left fielder. McCartney was coming in on it. But kind of similar to what happened to the Lumberjacks in their previous game against the Diamond Dogs. They just lost it in the lights. So, I mean, they'll rule that a hit, absolutely. I mean, that's what we ruled it in the last game. We got to
That's a hit right there, yeah.
I just thought he lost it in the lights, but it's 2-1 now.
Yeah, I thought that was going shallow because McCartney kind of took his first 3 steps in on that one, and then just started looking around.
Evan, do you know what that means?
What is that?
No hitter is no
It's
longer
over.
intact.
Wow, what a way to lose a no hitter! Losing a ball in the lights, that's got to be a brutal one.
He barreled that though. I mean, he hit it pretty
He did.
hard.
That was deep in left center. Marcus Smith, the batter now from Memphis. Smith, a debutant of this Lumberjacks team, only one today. We had a couple in the last game, including Canisius Davis. Swings and hits this one to left yet again. Looking up, and he does not know where this one is because it's over the fence. First home run of the year for the Lumberjacks. And it's by Marcus Smith, the newcomer.
Crushed that, my
Absolutely
goodness.
killed that ball. And it's out and over the fence. The first home run of the year by a Lumberjack player. And it's a 3-run jack. This takes the score all the way from 14-0 to 14-10. And the Lumberjacks are right back in this one.
Yeah, that's quite an introduction. That's only their second hit of the game.
Up to bat
If you look
number
at that,
25,
if you look at
Wyatt
that box,
Lassiter.
it was 12 hits and no errors to no hits and 3 errors. The Lumberjacks have added 2 hits since then, and it is 14-10.
Wyatt Lassiter, the batter now. I can't believe that this is happening in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
This you know speaking of sports movies, Space Jam, when all the NBA players, their talents and skills.
LeBron, right?
Yes. Yeah, the more famous version with LeBron James, but the original with Michael Jordan, all the players lose their powers and then, the teams switch up. That's kind of what it felt like going into the bottom of last inning, and it's been 10 runs in the last 2 innings.
Sports movies, you ever seen Thunderstruck? It's the one with Kevin Durant and the little kid, and he touches the basketball, and the kid gets all of Durant's powers, and Durant gets all of the kid's powers.
I can't say I've seen that movie.
Really? Really?
I don't think I've seen it. I know you're a huge Kevin Durant fan, so
Ooh,
I'm not
actually.
not surprised. Well, you were.
I was.
You were a huge Kevin Durant fan
I was.
before he left your beloved Thunder. But no, I haven't seen that one.
I'm actually a Knicks fan for the week. You
Ah,
are too.
No, I'm going for the Spurs, to be completely honest with
Really?
you. Yeah.
Wow.
We were out in New York City last night watching the game. I wouldn't have admitted it to anyone there that I was going for the Spurs, but now that we're back in the confines of Boonville, I can safely say that I hope the Spurs
You
win.
admit that now. Let that.
Lassiter walks. That brings up Elijah Negron, but the day is done for Reese Jancy.
Well, yeah, what I was saying
Now
now is that in the
batting
movie
number
Thunderstruck,
4,
I think
Eli
that's about
Negron.
what happened in the break going from the top of the 4th to the top of the 5th, where the Blue Sox just forgot how to throw a baseball. And the Lumberjacks really took advantage of that and put up 7 runs on no hits. And, Matt Helmer came out, and he was fantastic. In his half inning of work, I imagine they'll throw him out there again if he continues to at least light up the strike zone in the way that he was. And now it's 1 on, and Negron hitting with Friedman on deck. Goes to Jacob Young, and we're back to the top of the lineup. And I guess the good thing about this Lumberjacks lineup is that even the bottom can hit pretty well. Friedman and Young kind of taking place as like the last leadoff, kind of.
New
Now it's
pitcher,
Johnny Amato in
Johnny
for the
Amato,
Utica Blue Sox.
out for the Utica Blue Sox. New arm. The Lumberjacks haven't seen him so far this year, despite 3 games being played between these 2 teams. And what do you know about Johnny Amato?
What do I know about Johnny Amato? Well, he's a right-handed pitcher, as you can see, about 5'10", 160. He is a sophomore who just spent his year at Caldwell University. Has not faced the Lumberjacks this season so far. So I guess kind of a little bit of a wild card aspect there, but what he has done, he's got 1 appearance so far where he pitched 2 innings and gave up 3 runs, only 1 of them earned. So he's got a 4.5 ERA, of course, small sample size, but Jancy responsible for the runner on first, and the Lumberjacks are very, very much alive. When I mentioned the rally caps back when they scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th, I actually might have been right.
Still a lot of baseball left to be played. That one outside from Amato. Negron so far today with a walk and a flyout. Of course, everyone walked or was hit by a pitch in that last inning. Amato checks back, throw not even close, and the Lumberjack bullpen yells at him a little bit. I honestly think in a game like baseball, there are a lot of reoccurrences every single day, but this might be the only time that something like this happens on a baseball field. Truly one of a kind.
What specifically will never happen again?
Well, 14 runs being put up, and then
that happens.
And then 10 walks in a row.
Wait, that's it pretty well.
Negron hits this one deep, looking up. It is gone! 2 home runs in the same inning. Elijah Negron goes deep, and it's a 2-run ball game. 14-12 the score, and the Lumberjacks have come alive here in this game.
Yeah, he crushed that. That's the exact same spot as the Marcus Smith homer. And ladies and gentlemen, this score is 14-12. It is a 2-run ball game. That is 12
for the Lumberjacks, number 1
for the Lumberjacks.
Asher Friedman.
You believe me now when I say nothing like this will ever happen on a ballpark ever again?
Maybe.
This is one of a kind. This is truly one of a kind. It's a 2-run ball game. Boonville was down 14-0. We were talking about pizza and meatballs up here in the broadcast booth.
Hey, we're not done talking.
We're not done talking about that, but this is a 2-run ball game. That one in there on Friedman. 2-0 the count.
If the Lumberjacks managed to win this game, is this the worst loss in the history of the Utica Blue Sox?
Oh, it's got to be up there. 14-0 is, well, you mentioned earlier, that's 2 touchdowns. You can't give up 2 touchdowns. I mean, we were talking about having position players go out there and pitch for the Lumberjacks, and now all of a sudden a 2-run game. This is something out of the Twilight Zone.
Can't say I've seen that before.
4-pitch walk for Friedman, and pinch me, but the tying run is at the plate for the Lumberjacks.
That is true, and Jacob Young, of course, had 2 outs in the last inning, but he was the player of the game just the other day against the Blue Sox. It's the team he's had success against before, and I don't think he's seen this arm before, but tying run is on, and the go-ahead is on deck in Kanias Davis.
That one, bit of a frame job from the catcher Madsen in there for strike 1. Catcher-on-catcher violence right there.
Is that what they say?
I don't think so. I'm trying to make it catch on. Chops this one in between the pitcher and second baseman, picked up by Frey and thrown over, but he's safe. Jacob Young in there with an infield hit. No, he's out. He was out. I thought he was in there. Well, that still means the tying run is at the dish. It's Canisius Davis. That one down low for ball 1 tells the runner at second to stay where he's at. So far today, a hit by pitch and a walk for Davis. Also a ground out in the first inning.
Well, yeah, now that we've seen 2 home runs for the Lumberjacks side, I guess it is possible. We've seen it pregame, but that's the first time I've seen any here at home, and it's 2 in the same inning. It's kind of incredible.
Davis scorches this one up the middle. The center fielder Connor Jones can't get it in, and another run scores. Tying run is on first now, and the winning run at the plate for the Lumberjacks, it's Will Hill.
I can't believe what I'm watching.
Up to bat, number 7, Will Hill.
I mean, from the Utica Blue Sox being in our stream said, quote, "Sweet Jesus." Well, sweet Jesus is right. 13 unanswered runs. I can't believe what I'm watching.
Do you believe me now? This is once-in-a-lifetime ball game happening in front of our eyes. Pick back is not in time from the pitcher, Amato. 14-3 in the 5th inning. This is unheard of. Will Hill, the Division I slugger, at the plate now. That one outside for ball one. 2 outs, runner on first is Davis. Lumberjacks somehow are trailing by just 1 run here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Hill awaits the pitch. Here it is. Checks on that one, but it's in there for a strike. 1-1. Hill so far today has struck out, was hit by a pitch, and flew out. Still has yet to get things going, but a bat with a lot of power in it. As that one curveball inside, throw is in the dirt from the catcher Madsen, and Davis is safe with a stolen base.
Tying run on second.
Davis is a speedster, had a season high 3 stolen bases in a single game this last year with Alcorn. And Will Hill, a single could tie this game up. 2-1 the count. Davis jots back and forth. That one inside. 3-1 the count now on Hill. And Will Hill, even though he hasn't gotten it going too much, he is batting .294 this year. Very respectable, very good numbers. But we know he's capable of so much more. 3-1 hitters count. Swings and fouls that one off. Count runs full. Runner Davis will be going from second base.
You know, when the Celtics won the finals in the late 2000s, it was Kevin Garnett who said anything is possible. And, you know, I think that's kind of testament to what we should be saying in today's game. It is true in summer ball, anything is possible. And, you know, like Jason Tatum said, he said we did it. You know, obviously Lumberjacks haven't won, but anything can happen.
I thought that was one of the worst NBA Finals winning quotes of all time. We did it. That's.
You're not a fan of the anomaly?
I'm not a fan of the anomaly at all. Full count pitch is down low, and Hill walks. That means runners on first and second. RJ Lopez at the plate now.
Up to bat number
Is that the go-ahead run on first? Well, no, I mentioned it earlier. That I said, imagine the conversations happening in the Boonville Lumberjack
I'd
dugout.
still love to know what's going on.
Now I have to know what's being said, and likewise, I have to know what's being said in the Utica Blue Sox dugout. I mean, a 14-0 lead. And then 9 straight, or was it 9?
10.
10 straight free passes, and handed the Lumberjacks away back into the game.
Lopez swings through that one. 1-1 the count. A ground out hit by pitch and a strikeout represent his contributions so far today. That one down low for a ball. 2-1 the count now on Lopez, and he's a really good hitter. He's a guy that can really open this game up. A gap hitter in the traditional sense.
A what hitter?
Gap. Hits it in the gap.
Absolutely. Left center gap is pretty wide open right now if that's where he's able to get the ball.
2-1. Davis dancing back and forth on second, and that causes Amato to step off. And the Lumberjack fans, a lot of them left, but the ones that stayed are being rewarded with
How could you leave
an
only
interesting
down
ballgame.
14?
That pitch checked just foul by Lopez, so 2-2 the count now. Lopez batted .378 with Wabash Valley, going all the way to the JUCO World Series with them. Competitive baseball from the Bronx native. 2-2 the count. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Boonville chasing 1 run. Here's the pitch. That one hits him, and the base is loaded. A stare down there by Lopez. And this game, we mentioned it earlier, this is a rivalry game. It gets chippy, and the bases are loaded now. Michael Clarkson, what is going on?
Now, let me remind you, pregame, I said Michael Clarkson was going to get one. Obviously my word doesn't matter too much. I'm not good at seeing the future yet. Turns out it was Marcus Smith and Elijah Negron who were able to leave the yard. But Michael Clarkson, do you remember that one clip of the Little League World Series? Big Al.
He hits dingers.
He hits dingers. That's what Michael Clarkson does. So, especially if the pitcher's going to be a little rattled on the mound there. Clarkson, go ahead and hit a dinger.
Would have been first in slugging at Paris Juco if he was a qualified hitter. A guy who knows how to lift one out of the ballpark as he fouls this one back on the count.
Yeah, he's swinging like he wants to. Homer would be cool, but you just got to hit the ball hard here, catch a barrel if possible. You got bases juiced right here and pitcher on the ropes.
Tanner Ferguson, the man with the highest average on this team, on deck as well. A huge opportunity for the Lumberjacks. That curveball is up high for ball one. Clarkson so far today has been hit by a pitch twice and grounded out.
Still got a feel for Jacob Young. Whole team rallying, man.
That one in the dirt, 2-1 the count. And Young's someone who we know can get going. Not worried about him. Of course, the player of the game last time out against Utica. Coach Christian Griffin wanted him playing against that team once again. Clarkson swings and misses on that one. Fastball got by him, 2-2 the count.
I think he wanted the fastball there and just didn't get it. And just 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs. Basically a good opportunity to take the lead here, but no matter what an inning from the Lumberjacks.
Clarkson swings and chops this one to short. The play on it over to first is not in time. It's over the first baseman Jacob's head and a run scores. 2-run score. The Lumberjacks lead. It's 15-14.
Oh my goodness.
And an unlikely turnaround. A 14-run deficit has been turned into a 1-run lead for the Lumberjacks.
Michael Flashner is an incredible fielder at short. Why do you not just flip it to Caden Fry covering second base? Instead, makes the throw to first. That's a difficult throw and airmails it.
Now batting number 20, Tanner Ferguson.
So that brings up
What is
Tanner
happening?
Ferguson. Boonville leads
at
this
Hanson
game.
Aggregates.
Ferguson swings this one into right field, going back on it, and can't make the catch. It gets down. Ferguson rounds second. 1-run scores. And they're going to stop Clarkson at third. It's a stand-up double for Tanner Ferguson. 16-14, Jacks on top.
The Jacks are on top indeed. Ferguson barrels that one over the head of the right fielder Carvelli. And I can't believe what I'm witnessing here in real time. This is undoubtedly the craziest game I've been a part of, and now it's Marcus Smith yet again, and he's kind of the reason this happened, because he launched a ball to the scoreboard earlier. Now he's got 2 on, both in scoring position.
14-6 the score. That brings up Marcus Smith, the newcomer.
Like Kevin Garnett said, anything is possible.
I honestly don't know what to expect from the rest of this ball game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Loch Ness Monster comes from underneath Hanson Aggregates Field and delays play. Anything could really happen here tonight.
I guess. No, I wouldn't be surprised either at this point, man.
Marcus Smith takes ball 1 down low. And certainly probably a little bit of shell shock from him. This is not normally how things are down in Boonville, but this has been his only taste of baseball with the Lumberjacks this summer.
No, Utica Blue Sox, you might be right. We've got 30 combined runs so far. This is truly incredible, man. I can't say I've ever called a game this interesting.
Smith homered in his last plate appearance. It was the first home run by any Lumberjack player this summer in Hanson Aggregates as he takes strike 2 right there. Lots of power in his bat, the Memphis Slugger. 4 home runs during the last collegiate season for the Division I school. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That curveball way up high, 2-2 the count. Smith with a huge opportunity to extend the Boonville lead to 3 or 4 runs, maybe 5 if he can get one over the fence. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed, and he's down on strikes, but not before the Lumberjacks plate 9 in the bottom of the 5th inning. What was once a 14-0 ball game is now 14-6 with the Jacks on top. I'm Evan Simbita. Brady Foxwell will be taking you the rest of the way on play-by-play, but we've got much more for you in store. We'll be right back after this short break.
Bedlam at Hanson Aggregates Field. Welcome back. It is the top of the 6th here, where if you're just joining us, which I hope you aren't, because it would have been a travesty to miss the last 2 innings where the Lumberjacks have scored 16 runs in a row. Utica was up 14-0 at some point with a no-hitter intact. Lumberjacks have now taken the lead off home runs from Negron, Smith, RBIs from Ferguson, walks, hit by pitches, anything under the sun has just occurred. And now the Lumberjacks have arguably a more difficult task, which is to maintain the lead, where prior they could have just been, pitching for the fun of the game already being out of reach. But now the lights are just a little bit brighter, literally, as the sun has gone down. It's Ian Farber on the mound. Brady Foxwell, Evan Simbita. Wow.
Farber, not a guy that pitches at all in college. We've seen that with a couple players on this team like Michael Clarkson, who just come out of the pen when you absolutely need them, and with a very depleted bullpen, Christian Griffin calling on Farber to get some big outs in this game.
Well, yeah, Evan, it's actually what you said. You said there were going to be position players pitching today, and it seems that you're right, as that one is skied to left field. Lassiter seems to have a read on it, and he does. He'll put that one away. Both Negron and Marcus Smith went yard earlier today, both of them towards the Hanson Aggregates Field scoreboard out and left. Smith's, I think, might have went a little bit further than Negron's, but nonetheless, they have propelled the Lumberjacks right back into this ball game where, if you asked me back at, 7:45 what this game might look like, this would not have been my guess. Can only imagine the Utica Blue Sox dugout blowing a 14-0 lead. Of course, the game isn't over and anything can happen, but it's incredible sights here at the ballpark. And I feel bad for those who left early.
Yeah, this is a true rivalry game in every sense of the word. I mean, not really so much today just because of how lopsided these runs have been scoring-wise from each team, but still, anything could happen.
1-1 misses inside, 2-1 now. It's Logan Brock behind the backstop, getting the velo on Farber. Farber, I've seen a few of his bullpens, not quite sure what he's at, but he can get it up there as that one is lined right to the center fielder, Will Hill, and that's 2 up, 2 down as the lefty Farber is dealing.
This might be the most lively I've seen Hanson aggregates all year long, and it's surprising because a lot of fans left this game early, but the ones that are still here are absolutely cheering their hearts out for this Lumberjack team.
Yeah, this is incredible what's happening here. Now that in steps Fry. I can't believe it, man. I mean, this Utica Blue Sox dugout is often one that's chirping and loud, and for good reason. It's a long season. You get bored, you're gonna want to chirp, of course. But I mean, they were up by so much that they weren't even chirping. It's kind of funny how that works. They were leading by so much that it seemed that the Blue Sox, the Lumberjacks, even Evan and I here in the broadcast booth, kind of just wanted to get the game over with. And now it's 14-16. I can't believe it, as that one is a PFP to Farber, who fields it cleanly, and that's back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for the Lumberjacks, and now they have a chance to add some more insurance here in the bottom of the 6th. Brady Foxwell, Evan Simbita, we will see you after the break. Welcome back to Hanson Aggregates Field, where we said it's something out of Thunderstruck, where there was a clear shift change for the Lumberjacks. Excuse me there. It's Lassiter still batting after he fouled off the first one. No words here. Lots of words, but none of them coherent. Rather, that one is hit pretty well to the left. I don't think he got all of it, and no, he didn't. It's McCartney moving to his right, able to sink under that lasso. It's just off the end of the bat would be my guess there.
Up to bat, it's number 4, Eli.
That would
Lerone.
have, another home run to extend the lead. This place would have went crazy.
I've actually run out of space in my scorebook to score this game. That's how many times the Lumberjacks have batted around in the last 3 innings. There's no more room left.
Well, here's Negron, who homered earlier. Had a slow start to the season in this game and the last one, past 2 total. He's been pretty hot at the plate. Takes a strike, 1-1. Wow. That went inside, but pretty good pitch, actually. Doesn't come back over the plate, stays inside, but 2-1 moves the count. Two-1 misses further inside, 3-1 now. And with the Knicks game last night, the Lumberjacks today, and the Knicks game tomorrow, I gotta say these Boonville residents gotta have it pretty good.
Well, I mean, if you're a Knicks fan, that is.
We're all Knicks fans. Ball 4 to Elijah Negron, takes a free pass, and the Lumberjacks have looked like the better team if you started watching at 8:30.
Up to bat, number 1.
Again, we mentioned it earlier, analytically, this game shouldn't even be close, but kind of like the Cleveland Cavaliers, when they face the Knicks, analytics don't matter too much here in these games. The result is. So Lumberjacks still up by 2, but wow.
I mean, that's a stray on my calves, man. There's no need for that.
Friedman takes a strike. It's Negron at first. Infield playing not in the grass, but everyone seems to be up a little bit. Still, the reason for the Lumberjacks taking the lead came from a questionable decision from the shortstop Flashner, who is pretty much an automatic out when you hit it towards him. But over there, for whatever reason, didn't flip to second, maybe thought it would have been too close of a play. He decides to go to first and just airmails it, which even for a tough play thrown to first is still unorthodox. Maybe a late throw, but not an offline one. Lumberjacks will take it no matter what. (14-16), that's 30 combined runs. Negron at first, Friedman at the bat. Grounded chopper to the shortstop Flashner. He fields it, does not field it cleanly, I should say, and Friedman will be on. It was a slow roller. Think they'll roll that a hit, and they do. It was a pretty tough play no matter what, and Friedman is a fast guy, so
Up to bat, number 26.
he'll take that every time. And the Lumberjacks, they are they rolling? Roll Jacks?
Jacks are rolling. You know, we might as well change the slogan at this point.
Like you got an ace in blackjack. You need a jack right. No, I'm going to give that up. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys at home. Jacks are hot, is all I'm trying to say.
Jacob Young still the only batter in this game, probably on either side, to not reach base.
I think that means he's due for a hit, as that was a pretty uncompetitive swing.
Not the only person in this game, but the only person on the Lumberjacks still searching for a hit.
Oh, 1 in there for strike 2. It's Kanias Davis on deck, been pretty hot at the plate as well. He, of course, got on via walk and then singled as well. Fouled back, Jacob Young, 0-2.
And I think we've talked about it in every game so far this year, but the catcher position is the one that is the most in the air for the Lumberjacks. If you look at the middle infield, outfield, and even the corner spots, those are all pretty hammered down from Lumberjack players, but catcher is the one where really anyone could come out with the most playing time.
0-2 to Young, misses just a bit upstairs. Ethan Madison, the catcher, likes the location, but they don't get the strike call from Blue behind the plate. quiet night at the ballpark despite 30 total runs being scored. 0-2 swung on and fouled off.
And the thing about Young is he hasn't looked bad in a lot of these at-bats either. I mean, they've been pretty good ones. It just hasn't really fallen in the right spot for him tonight.
Shortstop Flashner and second baseman Fry playing in double play position. Corner infielders at their regular spots. Looking for a ground ball. The 1-2 misses upstairs. Negron fakes the steal to third, heads back to second, nothing doing. You know, Evan, there is at one point in this broadcast where I looked at you and kind of just shrugged. I wasn't sure what to say being down 14 runs with not a lot to talk about, but the baseball gods have changed that absolutely. And this is the most interesting game of the year as Negron takes off to third, and he is in there safely. I believe a good throw would have had him. Throw was slightly offline from the catcher, Madison, and well, Friedman stays put at first, but now there's runners at first and third for the Lumberjacks. Now it's 3-2 count for Jacob Young. Potentially seeing Friedman take off with the 3-2 pitch. We'll see. He does not. Young swings and misses, fastball blown by him, and it's Kanias Davis with an RBI opportunity up to bat.
Man, that would have been a huge walk if you could send Davis up to the plate, bases loaded with only one out. But good opportunity for the Jacks regardless, and they'll have to capitalize here.
It's a clutch out for Johnny Amato. Absolutely needed that one. So the Utica side can take a second sigh of relief, but now you got an even more difficult task as the lineup flips over to Kanias Davis, who takes the first pitch slider inside. Davis, someone who we know can get a ball out in the transfers portal from Alcorn State, a dog. He will be playing some very competitive baseball in the upcoming days. His teammate Friedman on first, also in the transfer portal from Alcorn State and HBCU. Not exactly where you'd expect to find Asher Friedman. Nonetheless, he enjoyed his time, but is looking to move programs.
It was a productive year from him. I mean, he had really good numbers, but ultimately just not the best fit.
Both hit well over 300. Friedman led the team in batting average as it's 3-0 to Kanias Davis, and I don't think I'd want to pitch to him either in this spot.
No, he's been red hot today, and I mean, the scouting report isn't too long on him, especially because he just hasn't been around the team that long, but that's only an advantage for the Jacks.
Absolutely taking that 3-0 pitch is Kanias Davis, but Amato gets it in for strike one. But if you walk Davis with Will Hill up to bat next, does your job get any easier?
No. It might even get harder.
3-1, swung on, chopped foul down the line, 3-2. Clutch out for Amato if he can get it. Much needed RBI opportunity for Davis if he can put the ball in play or just extend the opportunity to Will Hill to do some damage. It's Negron on third, Friedman on first. 3-2, Friedman will be going. 3-2, 2 outs. Swung on, chopped to third. Fielded cleanly and thrown to first is Xavier Smith. So the Lumberjacks go down despite having runners on. They don't put any runs on the board. We'll head to the top of the seventh where Boonville is still looking to maintain their 2-run lead. Brady Foxwell, Evan Simbita, Lumberjack Sports Network. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back to Hanson Aggregates Field. Brady Foxwell, Evan Simbita. It's another pitching change here for the Lumberjacks. It's Davon Abaga taking the mound. Yet another position player, as you called earlier. And to face him off from the Utica Blue Sox is going to be Alex Jacobs, playing first for the Blue Sox earlier today. He doubled and is looking to replicate that success at the plate. First pitch, just inside for ball one.
Yeah, Baga's been a guy who's been asked to eat a couple innings this year, but honestly, he's been one of the better arms out of the pen. Only a 2.45 ERA.
Yeah, well, that one hit hard down the first base line. Will be at least a single, and he'll stay there as Marcus Smith gets to it quickly in right field, but good sign for the Blue Sox as their first batter is on.
Up to bat number 5.
Yeah, Baga pitched against the Blue Sox in the Lumberjacks' lone win this season. 1 inning pitched, 1 hit surrendered, but no runs earned, including a strikeout. He's been strong against them this year.
Hoping for that exact same stat line today as he's already given up the hit. Here's Michael Flashner. Utica Blue Sox lineup flips over, and now it's the speedster who's made an error in this game.
Yeah, Flashner hasn't reached base yet today. This has certainly not been his best day at the dish or in the field.
1-0 to Flashner. Misses inside, ball 2. Abaga seems that he took out the braids. Kind of tough.
Yeah, not bad. Maybe you should go with him if he ends up getting new ones. Go with him to the barbershop.
I probably will. Off day tomorrow. Obsession, Arby's, and a haircut.
Arby's? Throwing Arby's in there.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see what the local food market's looking like. Maybe we'll get you a slice of pizza for the first time here in New
I've
York.
had pizza twice so far up here.
Count to Flashner is 3-0. Taking all the way, but gets in there for strike 1.
Maybe we should go get you a half-pound Chitlins burger and, see how you like that.
Delicious. I heard that's what the post-game spread today might be, actually. 3-1. Misses outside. So the first 2 here in the top of the 7th get on. And kind of scary situation here for the Lumberjacks. 2-1. It's going to be R.J. Tomei hitting. And 2 runners on. Christian Griffin coming out to the mound just to calm down his reliever.
Definitely the right move from Griffin there. I mean, this is a close game. The chirps are starting to come out of both sides, dugout-wise, and, just got to get the mental straight. He's talked a lot about the mental game, especially with his pitchers. I mean, a couple guys have struggled a lot this year, but he'll need them in the long run, and getting their minds straight is going to be the most important thing for both of these teams.
Yeah, and it's not a 14-run lead, but it is a 2-run lead after coming down 14, which, despite who actually performed better today, the Lumberjacks will want to finish out this game with a win if possible for multiple reasons. One, they don't win too often, so just get back in the win column. 1 against the Utica Blue Sox would absolutely help, but 2, if you have the opportunity to humiliate a team like this, it's one that you want to capitalize on. You don't want to, we almost came back, as Tomei shows bunt and fouls it back. You don't want a situation where you almost came back, because that doesn't mean anything. You got to capitalize on a situation like this, so if Abaga can get out of this, that would be clutch performing from the reliever. One misses outside, 1-0.
And something we've been keeping an eye on up here in the broadcast booth is there was a meeting from both assistant coaches in between innings. We just saw owner Butch Russo go down there and have a chat with Christian Griffin. Both of these sides getting very chippy, and that's been a point of contention tonight.
1-1 misses inside, 2-1. Tomei showed bunt to start the count now. Looks like he's ready to hit. R.J. Lopez and Tanner Ferguson at first and third respectively are in on the grass. Friedman and Negron at second and short are hoping to turn the double play. Abaga sets and deals. Swung on, lined up the middle to Will Hill, who fields it on a bounce, and the runners will advance, but no one will come around to score. But now it's bases loaded, no outs here in the top of the 7th, and it'll be the 3-hole hitter who homered yesterday, Xavier Smith.
This is scary for the Lumberjacks. I mean, they probably had to face more adversity in this ball game than many teams will face in a whole week. But, I mean, they'll just have to see what they do here. Abaga's a good pitcher. They know they can trust his arm, but this is a tough jam to get out of.
Lumberjacks already caught lightning in a bottle earlier today. If they lose the lead again, not sure it'll happen twice. First pitch to Xavier Smith, misses upstairs, and the Blue Sox dugout is chirping Devo.
I mean, of course they are. Any advantage you can gain in a game like this, you have to take advantage of.
Infield not playing in. They're willing to give up a run as long as they can get the out here, as that's the more pressing matter. Swung on and lined up the middle. Will Hill catches it, but a runner will tag. Throw to the plate will be cut off by R.J. Lopez, so a run scores, but no other run advances, so it'll be runners on first and second. The Lumberjacks still retain the lead and get one out here.
Number 15.
All things considered, I think they'll take that every time.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. I mean, it's one run given away from the Lumberjacks, and this might be it for Devo.
Christian Griffin makes the slow walk to the mound and takes the ball from Davon Abaga, and they're going to bring in a lefty. Looks like it's going to be Biggerstaff to leave the top of the seventh, only giving up one. Brady Foxwell, Evan Simbito, we'll see you after the break. Pitching change here at Hanson Aggregates Field. It's Spencer Biggerstaff coming in, who faced the Utica Blue Sox in his last outing and in their last game. Gave up one run, allowed three, but two of them were belonging to Colin Glenn. So the Utica Blue Sox dugout chirping a little bit as they saw him. I believe I heard a quote, "Oh, it's this guy again." So an arm that they at least don't sound to be too intimidating of facing. Will be the second lefty they face. Farber came in for his first appearance of the season earlier today. Biggerstaff hoping to get out of this inning with unscathed.
Yeah, last game Biggerstaff inherited some runners from Colin Glenn, surrendered some runs, but only one of them was actually his fault. Didn't play too well against the Blue Sox, but he's got mostly, well, it's not bases loaded like it was last time out.
Falls 2-1 to Ethan Madison, the catcher, also the four-hole hitter today. Testament to his pop. Momentum. Lumberjacks trying to keep the momentum from switching to the Blue Sox side. Blue Sox dugout much louder than the home side. 2-1 fastball misses inside, 3-1. Hitters count now to Madison. And if you walk him on deck, it's going to be Connor Jones.
You got to avoid the walk here. If he beats you at the plate, that's fine, but you have to avoid the walk.
But also don't throw a fastball down the middle. That hits.
It didn't hit him.
It looks like it hit Madison. Lumberjacks thought it hit the bat, but Madison will move to first with a free pass. Now it's bases loaded and 1 out here. Second bases loaded opportunity for the Lumberjacks today.
Jones.
Well, I guess he didn't walk him.
I guess. Here's Connor Jones, the bases loaded. Infield still not playing in. That surprises me now that they only have a 1-run lead. First pitch swinging, Connor Jones. They'll go to second for 1. A 1-run will score, so we're now tied here in the top of the second, and it's runners on the corners.
I don't know if that's the right play right there.
I think you go home there.
He definitely had one at home.
Yeah, I definitely had a runner at home there. I wonder why you go to second. That's not even an easy double play to turn. Actually, the only way they would have had a double play opportunity is if you go home to Jacob Young, who could potentially fire one to R.J. Lopez at first. But nonetheless, it's 2 outs now for the Lumberjacks, and that brings up Robbie Carvelli, the right fielder. First pitch off speed misses outside. Tomei at third. Jones at first. Pick off to first, but Jones nothing doing. .32 combined runs. Fastball misses upstairs, and it goes past Jacob Young, and in to score is R.J. Tomei. So the Utica Blue Sox are now back out in front here in the top of the 7th.
And, I mean, I guess if you go home, it doesn't really matter there, but that's just killer for this team.
Gotta wonder why Ferguson didn't throw that original one to home for the out there. I mean, he had a play, an okay throw would have had him, just arguably a flip to home would have had him, and now it's an RBI opportunity still for Carvelli as Jones moves to second, but Biggerstaff at risk of walking him as it now moves to 3-0. 17-16 here in the top of the 7th. 3-0 in there for a strike. Equal offensive performance to a disastrous pitching performance from both sides. Swung on and popped up into left field, and that ball will get down, so another run will come in to score. Connor Jones' throw to the plate is late, and it's 4 spot here in the top of the 7th for the Utica Blue Sox, and it's now a 2-run lead.
Up to bat number
Off
7,
the bat of Robbie Carvelli.
McCartney.
Blue Sox coach appears to quiet down his dugout, who are deservedly rowdy after putting up 4 here to reclaim the lead.
I think he's more mad that they blew a 14-run lead.
Valid reason to be mad, especially if the Lumberjacks ultimately come out on top of this one, but now they're faced at yet another comeback. It was Marcus Smith who made the last out for the Lumberjacks last inning. It'll be Lassiter, Negron, and Friedman on the bottom of the 7th, excuse me. 2-0 pitch misses downstairs. 3-0 Biggerstaff with some command issues here. Pitch misses upstairs. 4-pitch walk to Connor McCartney. So it's runners on first and second. Then steps Connor Fry out of Purdue University. Excuse me, Christian Cerrone.
Up to bat number 4.
Caden Fry will be on deck.
Cerrone.
Cerrone doubled earlier today, pieced a ball off the base of the left field wall. Looking to do the same here. Biggerstaff on the mound, hoping for a ground ball, a fly out, or a strikeout. Any way to end the top of the 7th. First pitch is in there for a strike.
It's not a great spot if you're the Lumberjacks. I mean, you had to work so hard to get back into this game, and then you've given away the lead here in the 7th. I don't know if these bats have enough juice to get back into this game, but after today, I hope they do.
Carvelli on second, McCartney on first. 0-1 pitch by Cerrone for strike 2, 0-2. Lumberjacks 1 strike away from the end of this inning. The disastrous isn't the right word, but not ideal as they've allowed 4 runs so far, and still an RBI opportunity here for Cerrone. Oh, 2. Outside, ball 1. Blue Sox and Lumberjack dugouts equally quiet right now. There was a discussion earlier from both assistant coaches, not sure what that was about, but it seemed to be something about the tensions as the 1-2 pitch also misses upstairs. 2-2.
One thing to look out for is Lo Wen Xing has started warming up in the Lumberjacks bullpen. Could see him next inning.
Another guy who made an appearance that last game against the Blue Sox. Wonder why they only gave Helmer 1 inning. 2-2 is flied into right field. Smith moving back towards the track. He's got room to make it. Cerrone didn't miss a 3-run shot by too much, but ultimately got to get back in the weight room if he wants to get that one out. But we'll head to the bottom of the 7th with the damage done here. Lumberjacks trailing 16-18. Brady Foxwell, Evan Simbita. See you after the break. Bottom of the 7th, getting into crunch time here at Hanson Aggregates Field at Robert Smith Sports Complex. Batting for the Lumberjacks is Will Hill. The center fielder on deck, RJ Lopez. Lumberjacks had the lead 30 minutes ago, allowed 4 runs in the top of the 7th. And now they are trailing yet again as it's Will Hill who's tasked to start off the late inning rally. Still Amato on the mound for the Blue Sox, and Hill is quickly down 0-2. Pitch doesn't miss by much, but is downstairs, says the home plate umpire. 1-2 to Will Hill.
Will Hill's a bat that hasn't been going as much as it really should be this summer, but any game now he's going to start taking off.
1-2. Swing and a miss. It's the off speed that has Hill out in front. He's upset walking back to the dugout. And now it's R.J. Lopez. Lumberjacks have 8 outs left in the game.
To bat number 21, Arginez Lopez.
I wonder if they'll keep Biggerstaff out or if they'll go to Lo Wenxing to Tyson Hartman, which seems to be the 8-9 punch that the Lumberjacks like using. Michael Helmer had the best inning of work so far today. He came in and shut the door on the Lumberjacks. Only got 1 inning of work, possibly on a pitch restriction. Here's R.J. Lopez. That first pitch slider landed nicely for a strike.
Well, the thing that was interesting about Helmer was he's not typically a guy who pitches. He's more of a position player, so maybe that arm not conditioned enough to go into a second inning.
0-1 misses just outside, 1-1. On deck is Michael Clarkson. In the hole, Tanner Ferguson. And the entire team has gotten on base today with exception to the backstop, Jacob Young. 1-1 to R.J. Lopez in the dirt. Utica Blue Sox 3-4 on the season, have split games against the Boonville Lumberjacks 1-1. Lumberjacks are 1-5 and likewise have split the 2 games they've played 1-1, looking to take the series lead today. You know, at the beginning of the game, we mentioned the Lumberjacks should be playing for pride. They have at least done that and more. Still trailing here in what would be likely the best win in program history. 3-1 misses inside. R.J. Lopez is on. It's going to be Michael Clarkson up to be the tying run at the plate. Bottom of the 7th here, getting late now.
Up to bat number 13, Michael Clarkson.
It's over 3 hours after first pitch. This is one of the longer games that has been played in the PGCBL this whole season, and we're still only in the 7th inning.
Still got plenty of time left. Here's Michael Clarkson. R.J. Lopez on first. First pitch to Clarkson. Off speed in there for a strike. Amato going back to that first pitch off speed, but it seems to be working. Ferguson on deck. Pick back to R.J. Lopez. He's safe, and Michael Clarkson will regroup in the batter's box. Oh, 1 to Clarkson. Swung and missed. Went back to the off speed, and Clarkson swings through it. Oh, 2. Swung on and missed, so it's off-speed fastball to Michael Clarkson, and Amato's got a plus fastball that Clarkson can't catch up to, so he'll go down. That's out number 2. Both via strikeouts here in the bottom of the 7th. R.J. Lopez still on first. Here's Tanner Ferguson. He doubled earlier, had an RBI as well. Looking to do that again. He hit it to right field towards Carvelli. No shift, everyone playing straight up. First pitch is in the dirt, blocked by the backstop Madison.
And this is a pretty big at-bat. Ferguson leads the team in hits and average with .467 average and 7 hits. This is the difference between Marcus Smith, who already has a home run today, batting with 2 runners on or 0 at the top of next inning.
1-0 to Ferguson. Swing and miss. It's that fastball. Everything working for Amato so far. He was tasked with mop-up duty. Came in and did his job earlier. Left him out there for the 6th. Put up a 0. Left him out there for the 7th. Has a 0 thus far. Only 1 runner on. Off speed, swung on and skied to left center field, but under it is Jones, and we head to the top of the 8th where the Utica Blue Sox still lead the Boonville Lumberjacks. It's 18-16. Brady Foxville, Evan Sambita. We'll see you after the break. Still out there on the mound for the Lumberjacks is Spencer Biggerstaff. Batting for the Utica Blue Sox and leading off the inning is Caden Fry, second baseman out of Purdue University. Getting late here, literally and in the game. It's almost 10 p.m. here in New York. Lumberjacks trailing 2 runs here. It's 18 to Utica, 16 to Boonville. 1-1 misses outside, 2-1. It's Michael Clarkson in the bullpen for the Boonville Lumberjacks in case they go that route. Depends on what Biggerstaff does here. They want to keep the lefty out there. 2-1 misses towards the backstop, 3-1. Don't want to walk the first batter. It's a similar situation on Sunday's contest where the Lumberjacks were well within reach to a game, but it was a rough 9th inning that pretty much effectively took them out of it heading into the bottom of the 9th. Of course, it's only the 8th inning here, but as Caden Fry walks to start the inning, it's don't want to let any more runs score, as 2 runs is still manageable. Utica with 18 looking for some more insurance. The most the Utica Blue Sox have ever scored in a game came back in 2021 when they put up 20 runs. Here with Alex Jacobs has the potential 20th run. Lefty-lefty matchup, but at first pitch misses way outside.
Great stop there by Young. I mean, that's probably definitely a base if that gets past him.
So it's the lefty Jacobs followed by the lefty Flashner on deck. Christian Griffin likes these lefty-lefty matchups. I wonder if Jacob gets on, do you still keep him out there for Flashner or do you bring in Clarkson?
Well, Clarkson's the fireman of this bullpen. I mean, this is a
fireman.
tailor-made situation for someone like him.
Big Mike, as they say. 1-0 misses outside, and it's 2-0 now. Christian Griffin takes that slow walk to the mound, wants to meet with his lefty. Record for the Utica Blue Sox is 20 runs. For the Boonville Lumberjacks, the highest recorded number is 19 against the Utica Blue Sox back in 2024. Seems that when these teams go at it, it's a lot of offense. 18 to 16, and it's kind of funny looking at the scoreboard, the amount of zeros that are there for the Lumberjacks. It's many disappointing innings where 1, 2, 3, but there was 16 runs, half of them because of walks. Christian Griffin gets what he wants out to his lefty as the 2-0 misses upstairs, and now it's 3-0. Hard to escape an inning with no runs given up when you walk the first 2. 3-0. Well inside, ball 4. Biggerstaff at least has the next batter in Michael Flashner, so they stick with the lefty-lefty matchup as Clarkson stays ready.
Up to bat number 5, Michael Flashner.
I mean, this is a disastrous start to the inning. If you're the Lumberjacks, I mean, you can't walk the first 2 guys. Walks have been their Achilles heel this whole year, and that's what's going to kill them.
They have arms available. They have Lowen Shing. They have Michael Clarkson and Tyson Harmon to close the game. So I slightly question the decision to leave Spencer Biggerstaff out there after he didn't quite have it in the top of the 7th. No matter how much you like the lefty-lefty matchups, if you walk all 3 batters, it puts the next guy in a bad position. Flashner shows bunt and gets it down beautifully. He might be on safely. He's not, as the throw is just in time, but the job is done. Fry and Jacobs each move a bag. It's Jacobs on third, Fry on second now, and it'll be R.J. Tomei to bat with 2 ducks on the pond, both in scoring position.
And that's a beautiful throw from Ferguson out there on third. I mean, that was an amazing bunt right there, but an even better throw to get the runner.
First pitch misses down low. Ball 1 to Tomei. Infield is now playing in any ground ball. They're going to want a chance at home. On deck is Xavier Smith. 1-0. Misses outside. It's 2-0. They have a base to give him, but none after that. You don't really want to allow any more walks. Biggerstaff still on the mound, now facing a righty. Christian Griffin wants him to finish his way out of the jam. 2-0. Misses upstairs, fastball 3-0. Imagine this is his last batter if he gets on. The fireman Clarkson is in the pen. 3-0 in there, strike one.
And even though this is the fireman's job, you still would much rather give him second and third than bases loaded, especially to get that second out. That would be huge.
3-1. Miss. Ooh, gets it for strike two. The late strike call after Tomei had tossed his bat towards the Utica dugout. Don't think the home plate umpire was a fan of that, really, and that might have factored into his strike call.
Pump faked everyone, even pump faked us here in the booth.
3-2. Swing and a miss, so Biggerstaff buckles down and gets a very clutch out. Tomei literally hands the bat to Xavier Smith, and Biggerstaff staying out there. It's his inning to finish. So it was a late strike call that I thought could have been ball four, turned into an off speed for the 3-2 that gets a swing and a miss. Here's Xavier Smith. First pitch off speed, misses outside.
Smith tonight, 2 walks and a sacrifice fly. He had a home run last night. Everyone knows what he's capable of, and he's a scary out to get right here.
Could potentially put the game away. Swings, fouls that one down. You know, I actually retract that statement. It's clear that the game cannot be put away, as anything can happen today. You said the Loch Ness Monster might come out. I think it's a little late if he is going to come, but or they. I'm not even sure. 1-1 misses outside. 2-1.
Another close one, but the Lumberjacks, especially in the dugout, they're being very vocal out there, and I'm sure that's going to help with the umpire.
2-1. Downstairs, 3-1 hitters count. If he wants it. If he walks him, depends if they let him finish the inning, and it'll be Ethan Madsen, the catcher, who's got his leg guards on just in case. The 3-1 swung on and fouled back. 3-2. Lumberjacks 1 strike away from escaping the inning unscathed. After walking the first 2 batters, it would be clutch for Biggerstaff. Utica looking to extend their lead and add some more insurance. 3-2. Swing and a fly ball to the right side of the infield. RJ Lopez has it, and he is under it. Negron behind him, but RJ calls it. It's his ball, and Biggerstaff with some clutch pitching to escape the jam, and we'll head to the bottom of the 8th where Boonville needs 2 runs to keep their chances alive here at Hanson Aggregates. Brady Fox will Evanson beat us. See you after the break. Bottom of the 8th here at Hanson Aggregates Field, the Robert Smith Sports Complex. Brady Foxwell, Evanson Vita. Looks like it's a new arm here for Utica.
Yeah, Joey Kafka had a little bit of an interesting year out at Valpo College, 11.02 ERA and just over 16 innings. Not the greatest year, but like with all the pitchers we see out here in the PGCBL, numbers could be inflated.
First pitch swing is Marcus Smith, and moving very far to his left is Caden Fry, who calls off the first baseman Jacobs to make the play. That's one pitch, one out here.
Up to
The bottom of the 8th.
25, Wyatt Lassiter.
Here's Wyatt Lassiter. Just missed a home run his last at-bat, slightly off the end of the bat. Looking to just find a way to get on base. First pitch misses inside, ball 1.
Lassiter off to a very strong start so far this season, but he's been quiet tonight. A walk and a hit by pitch, and he's capable of opening this game up.
1-0 swing and a liner into right center field, at least one, but it's cut off nicely by the center fielder Jones to hold Lassiter to just a single. A little bit of an errant throw, but Lasso cannot extend another 90 feet, but he'll take it as a line drive single.
Eli Negron.
Now it's Elijah Negron, who homered earlier. Division I hitter at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Wyatt Lassiter on first base.
Negron had an extra base hit in the last game that he played. He'll need another one here if he wants to get the Lumberjacks back in it.
First pitch to Negron. Fastball in there, strike 1.
Not to mention the home run he hit earlier tonight as well. One of the smaller guys on this team, but big power in his bat.
On deck for the Lumberjacks is Asher Friedman. Pick to first base, nothing doing. Friedman on deck, and then Jacob Young, who is by all definitions due for a hit tonight, or at least just a way to get on base. 0-1 misses down low, ball 1. (18-16) here in the bottom of the 8th. Infield playing straight up. The outfield is as well. 0-1. Swung on and missed.
And that's a big hack right there. Clearly he's trying to send this ball a long way.
Just needs to get on base for Asher Friedman on deck, who a little bit of a contact hitter could find his way to just extend the inning, get past the Lumber. It's what the Lumberjacks do. 1-2. Misses outside, good spot. Kafka wanted it. Great spot, really. Umpire holds off. Big league take from Negron. Swung on and missed. Went back to the fastball, and Negron can't catch up to it. It's Asher Friedman now. Hit over 330 at Alcorn State this year. Division I school in the SWAC conference. He has shown an ability to hit velocity, and with Kafka dealing here and with a plus fastball, right now is where he needs to come through. It's Jacob Young on deck. Wyatt Lassiter on first. Joey Kafka on the mound. 18-16 here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch in there for strike 1.
Yeah, Friedman so far in the PGCBL batting .400, in the collegiate season batted .327. This is a guy who can get a hit when you're in a jam, and the Lumberjacks need one right now.
Swung on and missed. Jumped on the fastball, couldn't quite catch up to it. Now looking at the Utica stat line, they had 3 in the top of the first, had 6 in the top of the third, followed up by 5 in the top of the fourth, but effectively ended the game. But the Lumberjacks found a way to respond in the bottom of the fourth as they put up 7 and then 9 in the bottom of the fifth as Friedman can't catch up to the fastballs. And now it's the 9th inning. Lumberjacks still trailing 16-18. Brady Fox will have some beat on the Lumberjacks Sports Network. See you after the break. Top of the 9th here at Hanson Aggregates Field. Utica Blue Sox still ahead of the Boonville Lumberjacks by 2 runs, 18-16 here on the mound. For the Boonville Lumberjacks is the fireman, Michael Clarkson, looking to keep the Utica Blue Sox at 18 runs. One job and one job only, keep the game within arm's reach. First pitch, 0-1 pitch to Madison, fouled off, strike 2.
And Clarkson played the fireman role against the Blue Sox in the last win for the Lumberjacks, had 2/3 of an innings pitched with 1 strikeout and got them out of a huge jam, and he needs to get a full inning in this one.
The reason they put him in the extra hitter spot today. 0-2 pitch misses upstairs, where it's pretty unique to the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League that allows for 10 hitters. Both the Lumberjacks and the Blue Sox taking advantage of that today. Both got 10 hitters in their lineup with an extra hitter each. Lumberjacks got to get crafty using pitchers, as that's strike 3 for Michael Clarkson. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the 9th, but as I was saying, Lumberjacks, Michael Clarkson plays catcher, a little bit of first, played third as well in high school, didn't play too much in college at the hot corner, but had him an extra hitter today in case they needed him out the pen, and, well, it's decided that they do, so if he can get all 3 outs, that would be pretty nice. We'll see what he does here against Connor Jones.
And Clarkson's been one of, if not the best pitcher out of the bullpen for the Lumberjacks. He's still yet to surrender a run in all of his innings pitched this year.
0-2 to Connor Jones. Both fastballs in there for strikes. It's Young, Davis, and Hill for the Lumberjacks in the bottom of the 9th. Ground ball chopped to Friedman. Throws on a run. Misses the throw. It's a little offline. Lopez catches it, but has to come off the bag to do so. So there's a runner on for the Utica Blue Sox. I wonder how they'll score that. Hit it softly. There was potentially a throw there, and they ultimately score that as a hit.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough spot, especially on the chopper. I mean, not a lot Negron could have done with that one.
Clarkson comes out of Paris Community College. Ground ball up the middle. opportunity for two. Steps one, throws on to second, and they get a double play to end the top of the ninth. But now we head to the bottom of the ninth where the Boonville Lumberjacks have 3 outs to get 2 runs to extend the game, 3 to win it. Bree Foxwell, Evanson, Beta, we'll see you after the break. Bottom of the ninth here at Hanson Aggregates Field, where the Lumberjacks are looking to do what seemed impossible at the start of the game. And the Utica Blue Sox were up 14-0. Score now 18-16 after the Lumberjacks responded back in the 4th and 5th inning respectively to take the lead 16-14. But Utica had a pretty nice top of the 7th where they put up a 4 spot. It is 18-16 in the bottom of the 9th. Leading off is Jacob Young, who is yet to get on base today. Following Young is Kanias Davis and Will Hill. The top of the order, 1 and 2 respectively. Young fouls off the first pitch.
Young today, 2 strikeouts, 2 ground outs. He was the best player last time out against Utica, propelled them to that win. And if he can get going, help this 9th inning rally get started, he'll be the hero.
Joey Kafka still on the mound for the Blue Sox. 0-1 to Jacob Young in there, strike 2.
And you got to at least put the ball in play here if you're Jacob Young. It's been a struggle from behind the dish.
0-2. In there for strike 3, looking. Young frustrated with himself for looking at that one, but nothing you can do. Just hope for the next guy to get on. It's Spanky Davis with 1 out.
And that one right down the middle. That's just unfortunate. It hasn't been his night at the plate so far.
Kanias Davis up. Will Hill on deck. First pitch to Davis misses outside. A tougher threat than Young. 1-0 to Kanias Davis is inside. Ooh, catches the inside part of the plate, I should say, for strike 1.
I don't know. I mean, that one almost hit Davis inside, but he does like to get up on the plate.
Well, the 1-1 pitch misses on the opposite part of the plate. Doesn't catch the zone. 2-1 here. Will Hill on deck. Argenis Lopez in the hole. 2-1 to Davis. Misses outside. 3-1.
And Will Hill on deck. A lot of power in his bat. We haven't seen it yet this year, but this would be a huge spot for him.
Swing and a miss. 3-1 pitch to Davis. Late on the fastball. Really want to get on base here for the Lumberjacks. Kafka sets. Delivers the 3-2. Misses. Oh, strike 3. Davis really doesn't like it. Kind of questionable. Tells the umpire he disagrees on the way back to the dugout, but that's back-to-back backwards Ks here in the bottom of the 9th. And it all falls to Will Hill to try and keep this game alive.
regardless of whether or not you agree with Davis right there, full count, 9th inning, you got to defend the plate right there, and just simply didn't do that.
So Joey Kafka looking for the 6-out save here would put the Lumberjacks down in the 8th, looking to do the same in the 9th. First pitch to Will Hill in there for strike 1. 34 combined runs at the ballpark tonight. 0-1 misses upstairs. RJ Lopez on deck. Will Hill looking to pass the bat. 1-1. Swung on, ground ball to the third base side. Fielded is Smith, throws onto first, and that will do it. Here at Hanson Aggregates Field, the Utica Blue Sox, after having a 14-run lead, surrender 16 unanswered, and then put up 4 at the end to win in 9. 18-16. Utica Blue Sox, their 4th win of the season.
And this one, there's some talking going down on the field, and a lot of loud cheers from a team that blew a 14-run lead earlier today. Absolute heartbreaker for the Lumberjacks. I'm not really sure. Coach Christian Griffin just trying to get his players out of here right now and get them away from the Blue Sox.
And that's the
Both of these coaches yelling back and forth at each other.
Boonville Lumberjacks 16, Utica Blue
But just an
Sox
absolute
18.
heartbreaker out here.
Thanks for coming, everybody. The Lumberjacks will be back in action on Saturday, June 13th.
Yeah, Utica, you gotta.
When they play.
I mean, there's the emotions of ultimately getting the victory, but you gotta wonder what they're cheering for. As
Sanders Stallions.
kind of disastrous performance, at least pitching-wise.
Safe trip home, everybody. Good night.
Not something to be proud of, I would say. They leave with the victory ultimately, brings them to 4-4, 500 on the year. Lumberjacks fall to 1-6, just not quite their season so far.
Can't really say that the Lumberjacks were deserved winners in this one. I mean, 7 hits to Utica's 16 and 5 errors on the Lumberjacks side as well. I mean, the only reason they were really in this game is because of a 9 straight walk or hit by pitch streak that helped them build from that lead. Down 14, ended up getting the lead, and you know, we've mentioned it all year long. It's been the bullpen that really just hasn't been able to get anything going for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, so Utica flips off Boonville as they leave the field, but that'll do it here at Hanson Aggregates Field. The Utica Blue Sox escape 18-16. Back in action on Thursday, where the Lumberjacks look to get in the win column. They fall to 1-6. They got Oneonta on the road on June 11th. First pitch will be at 7 p.m. For Brady Foxwell, Evan Sembita, listening on the Boonville Lumberjacks Sports Network. We'll see you hopefully soon. Good night.